What a time to remember and believe. What a time to remember and believe. That it's better to give than receive. Make it a warm Christmas with turtlenecks for the family from Target. Men's size is $6.99. Women's size is only $5.99. Boys and girls sizes also on sale. It's Christmas at Target. Season's greetings in our souls.
Yummy fruity pebbles in our bowls. Oh, here comes you know who. Yabba dabba fruit, delicious stew. Ho, 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 I'm hungry. Santa, my pebbles! Your pebbles! 'Tis the season to be sharing, Fred. Happy holidays, pal. Oh, Fred. Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles cereals, part of this nutritious breakfast. Ho, 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 ho.
Roast beef. Pass it to your sister, son. Think you can handle that, Kathy?
Oh, Mary.
I guess they don't feed you up there at college.
Not like this, Ralph.
Ooh. Rare enough for you, Dad? Perfect. Just perfect. Nice crispy end to it. Whoa, that's your favorite, son.
With all the good things we have to enjoy at this time of year, sometimes we forget to stop and be thankful.
Hills is great for gifts. Because we discount everything every day. Like these famous name watches. Styles for men, for ladies. All discounted at least 40% every day. You could pay more elsewhere for quality watches like these. But Seiko, Pulsar, and Citizen dress watches are discounted every day at Hills.
We're a different kind of department store. You ought to be shopping Hills. Check us out.
Pizza Hut, pizza to go. Pizza Hut, pizza to go. Pizza Hut, pizza to go.
Pizza Hut Pan Pizza is a special way to warm the busy holiday season. So call ahead and we'll have it fresh, hot, and ready to go.
Pizza Hut, pizza to go.
Because Christmas is your family's special time and you want everything at its best, give a gift you'll be proud to give. An appealing 10 by 13 wall display size portrait of someone very special from Sears Portrait Studio. Right now, you can get a package of 14 gift portraits, including the wall portrait, for $19.95. But hurry, December 11th is the last day to get Sears portraits taken in time for Christmas gifts. Trust Sears Portrait Studio for your Christmas portraits.
Perhaps more than any other time of year, this is the season when millions of people discover Polaroid cameras do what no other kind of camera can do.
What's this? Thanks for the milk and cookies, and thanks for the beautiful Polaroid picture. Love, Santa.
Happy holidays from Polaroid.
Burger King wishes everyone the happiest of holidays.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
May your days be bright.
From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays, everybody. Ho, ho.
Dear Santa, how are you? Oops. Oh. My little brother Joey asked me to write you. He's only 5. Here are a few things he hopes you'll bring the family this Christmas. Grandma helped with everybody's sizes. We've grown a lot since last year. Oh yeah, favorite colors. Grandma, yellow. Joey kind of likes green. And me. Santa, you're not going to believe what Joey wants. Baseball cap, sleeping bag, a sled, a bike, make it red, and a drum. Mom says you can leave out the drum. Santa, Joey knows that Christmas is more than gifts and stuff, and that giving is more important than getting. I guess little kids forget that sometimes. Well, Merry Christmas, Santa. Your friends, Joey and Ted.
There's a place where Christmas dreams come true.
the Kmart Toy Store. Look inside and see what we've got. All the great new toys you and your kids will love a lot. We've got cars and trucks and helicopters. That should come as no surprise. And dolls and phones and board games for kids of every size. With Hasbro, Bradley, Mattel, Kenner, Fisher-Price, and Ideal, all the makers you've come to trust, we've been stocking up with a big Christmas rush. But before any of those toys make it to the shelf, we give them something very nice. We pick them up and give them a low, low Kmart price. Christmas dreams can come true. It's certainly happened before. And there's a place that makes the dreams real easy on you, the Kmart Toy Store.
I got a feeling I'm going to get something really good this Christmas.
Kmart, we've got it, and we've got it good.
Shop Ames Wrap-Up Christmas Sale now. There's still good selections for all your gift needs. Entire stock of Junior and Mrs. outerwear reduced 25%. Many styles and colors to choose from. And great gifts for all the men on your list. Our entire stock of men's active separates, jackets, and pants reduced 25%. Wrap up Christmas with big, big savings. All Ames stores open late every night.
This time of year, every year, it's gift shopping, tree trimming, card sending, entertaining. So when I find something that saves me time, I go for it. Like party trays from the Kroger Delicatessen. They've got 16 varieties, each made to order, so I get just what I need. This year, save yourself some time. Order a party tray from the Kroger Delicatessen.
Pick up your party guide at the Kroger Delicatessen.
Clear, crisp, and bright. 7-Up has the feeling of Christmas.
We got the best tree they had and special gifts for Mom and Dad. It's the best time of year. Now everyone's here. Toll House, it's good to be home.
Chocolatey, warm Toll House cookies made only with Nestle Toll House morsels. Make your house a Toll House.
Toll House, it's good to be home.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Everyone's asleep. Shh,
I know how to wake them up. Come
Oh, you're home.
And Mr. Mom. Happy holidays from Folgers.
Deck the halls with pop-up business, la 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 la. Have your fun at home and office, la 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 la. Speedy relief to head and stomach, Alka-Seltzer, fast, fast, fast.
When you overdo the holiday pleasures, Alka-Seltzer is a Yuletide treasure.
Oh, what a relief it is, la 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 la.
Welcome to Woolworth, where there's always something worth shopping for.
Doll cases?
Every little girl's favorites, including baby doll, wardrobe trunk, and My Little Pony collector's case. Your choice, $10.99.
Cassette recorders.
Dual deck Star Studio from Child Guidance with microphone and headset, now $69.99.
Playboards?
Sure, brand new with lots of magnetic action. Junior sets just $5, deluxe sets $10. Right now at Woolworth, where shopping for values is a tradition.
Here's one from Mom and Daddy, one Grandma came to bring, one from Uncle Charlie, and one from Burger King.
The Burger King doll.
This Christmas, your kids can have this colorful, cuddly Burger King doll free. when you buy a book with 10 gift certificates for $5.
Add an extra touch to Christmas with a gift from Burger King.
The new Kodak Colorburst 250 instant camera and the tree trimming.
I'll let them start trimming the tree. Hurry home. You know, he doesn't have to miss anything. Open it. It's a Kodak instant camera, huh?
The Kodak Colorburst 250, the new instant camera with a convenient built-in flash.
You missed trimming the tree, right?
Not really.
Oh, beautiful.
It's the gift that starts giving instantly.
A season of surprises filled with happiness and cheer. Wendy's wants to wish you the best in the new year. We wish you special family moments, merry days and nights, with dreams so real they make you feel your holidays just right.
A great gift idea for all the Wendy's kind of people on your list. Wendy's $5 gift certificates. Available now at participating Wendy's.
To make these light and golden Christmas cookies, butter flavored Crisco is the recipe for success.
Teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to find the world to come and keep it company. That's the real. I'd like to find the world to keep it company. I'd like to find the world to come.
Wednesday, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, together for the holidays in a musical, magical Yuletide celebration. Kenny and Dolly, a Christmas to remember.
This Christmas, people are being very choosy.
Merry Christmas. It's perfect. Snoopy and Woodstock. Oh, thank you, my dear.
If you want to do something that'll be genuinely appreciated, be choosy and get genuine belt. Because when you get right down to it, this isn't the fun. This is.
Merry Christmas, Daddy.
For me?
It's for you.
Be choosy, get genuine bell.
Season's greetings. I am the Invisible Man. You may be planning an old-fashioned Christmas as I am, but that doesn't mean you have to use old-fashioned cellophane tape. Note how shiny it looks on the gift wrap, while Scotch Magic transparent tape keeps packages pretty. It's virtually invisible. So do your own disappearing act with Scotch brand Magic transparent tape.
Christmas is a time for closeness, and closeness is what Norelco razors are all about. The shiny new silver rotary razors in cord and rechargeable models with 36 blades, 9 closeness settings, and no gotchas. And the Ladybugs, the ladies' razors that really work. And the Ladybug Salon, a ladybug razor plus 11 grooming attachments. Norelco, even our name says Merry Christmas.
Hallmark presents Keepsake Ornaments for Christmas 1978. Designed like beautiful ornaments from Christmas past, with Hallmark care and craftsmanship. And Hallmark ornaments are just the gift for Christmas present to treasure a special event like baby's first Christmas. Many Hallmark ornaments are dated keepsakes too for Christmas future, because they return every year. Hallmark Keepsake Ornaments, wherever Hallmark cards are sold.
Ooh, welcome everyone. I hope everybody's doing all right. Having a good start to their weekend. Happy Friday, by the way. Oh man, I hope, yeah. I hope everybody's excited about their weekend. But the thing is this is the time of year where most people are not very excited about their weekend. Because their weekend is usually spent Christmas shopping. So and Christmas shopping is never fun. Not during the holidays. If you're not one of these people who just shop online at this point, I feel like that's the the best way to go. Tom Gillis golf instruction. What's up? Love to see it. Oh yeah, this is my latest addition to the collection of shirts. And nothing could be more true. Cause fuck you, that's why. Yeah. If those of you who know me and know that these depression issues and anxiety issues that some of us have, I remember when I hit just straight rock bottom, man. I've told this to you guys many times, and I've said that it was, very much like Shawshank, where it's get busy living or get busy dying. And I was just like, fuck you, I'm not going anywhere. It's time to get going. So yeah, absolutely. My existence on this earth at this point is a fuck you to depression and anxiety at this point. So, and I'm very, very happy about that. It's very motivating, put it that way. Yeah, depression sucks, man. Yeah, depression's a bitch. But only if you let it get the best of you. I am a true believer in this. I think whatever means you choose to treat it, of course, see a mental health professional and do whatever they tell you to do and take the medications they prescribe. And if you're like me, I don't think medication's necessarily for me, so I just don't mess with it. I find other means to be I find other means, I guess, to manage it. And so I engage in productive things, but mostly exercise is what keeps my head pretty level. So yeah, I enjoy that. So yeah, I'm not going nowhere. So tonight, there's a few things that I'm gonna want to go over. There's a few things, and the main thing that I'm going to talk about here is this psychic lady. I've talked about her before, but I think that sometimes people, I realize that there are times where law enforcement is so desperate that they'll reach out to self-proclaimed psychics, and they have proven to help in the past. Yeah, Dana B, I have. I'm just not convinced. I am simply not convinced. Like you need to be consistent. You know what I mean? If you're gonna claim that where somebody is, because I know the whole thing with the whole the Valo Daybell case, and supposedly she knew that that the kids were on Chad Daybell's property, I mean, that's the first most likely place they're going to be. I don't understand people and their lack of standards for this kind of shit. You know, like, of course, they you don't think that law enforcement suspected that they were there in the first place? What they had to do was they had to build a case and get enough probable cause to search the property. Once they did that, they did. Simple. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, we figured it out. No, I mean, they got enough probable cause to search the property. They searched the property. They found it. That was just good old-fashioned police work. Just because somebody who claims to be a psychic guessed that they were buried on the property of the most shadiest fucking person on the planet at the time, claiming to be God. I mean, yeah. I'm not impressed. I got to tell you, I'm not impressed. So just because somebody guessed that missing people were on the property of the main suspect who would be responsible for them being missing, I'm not impressed in the slightest bit. And this is her claim to fame. This is what she was so right about. No. I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. Sorry. And the thing is this becomes pretty unpopular. These kind of streams make me pretty unpopular with people because people want to believe in stuff like this. You know, people want to believe that there are psychics. People want to believe that we all have this deep down ESP, that we all have it and we just haven't tapped into it yet, and blah blah blah. And maybe that's true, but that doesn't mean that somebody who is just throwing mud at the wall until it sticks has tapped into this. And what could be more lucrative? I mean, it's the best grift ever. Think about it. You've got just a bunch of people who want to believe this shit, who follow true crime cases. So sure enough, they're going to buy right into this bullshit, and she's just going to take advantage of everyone who wants to believe in something and something that just simply can't be proven. I mean, you look at, everybody wants to be like, oh, well, she was right about the Daybell Vallow case. Oh my God, she knew where those kids were. Okay. I mean, but what about all the other cases she covered? Where's all her claim to fame then? Why is she only getting, let's see, only these many views? I mean, and she's jumping on every single popular case, right? So it's like she hasn't done a Summer Wells thing, even though she's covered the shit out of Brian Kohberger. I mean, let's take a look here. She's covered the shit out of Brian Kohberger. And Suzanne Morphew, when Suzanne Morphew is found, did she predict where Suzanne Morphew was going to be found? I don't think so. Did she predict anything about the Delphi case? I don't think so. Did she predict anything? And look, right here, she jumps on the Dylan Mortensen bullshit with this dummy, Sweetie Pilo, who I also can't stand. I mean, It's anything that everyone's talking about, and that's it. So let's first off talk about
Want him to keep calling people, pick up on things.
Oh yeah.
Let's first off talk about what she was saying with this Sweetie Pilo idiot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, so on this letter, when it gets to the second page, what I put was for them reading number one, bottom line, and that's because, you know, if you send a letter to the cops, if you're like a psychic, and you send them all this namby-pamby, you know, I see this and I see that, a lot of them are just gonna
disregard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
identify with that. So
Right.
I put bottom line, and then I'm just gonna say blank. Blank showed Summer, blank accepted payment for Summer, blank sold Summer to child traffickers, Summer murdered, possible clues.
See what I mean? Right there. So she is saying that she basically had a vision that Summer was sold. Who could have possibly sold her other than one of her parents? So right here, without any evidence whatsoever, and she knows this is the smart way to go. This is what she's doing. She's playing the safe route where she could sit here and say everything to indicate that Dawn Wells is guilty of whatever, or Candace, and not say their names, not say that they were responsible, not directly say that they were responsible, but yet she could sit here and make these little predictions and say these things, say that she's had these visions that absolutely 150% imply that the parents of a missing child are responsible for her disappearance, when there's literally no evidence to indicate. Nothing other than a bunch of nosy idiots who one time were friends with them and then no longer are friends with them, and then they decide, oh well, you know, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I mean, right there, as soon as somebody who as soon as somebody who decides that they're totally involved in the Summer Wells case, that they're a witness to something, or they have information about it, but yet nothing ever happens with law enforcement, and then they start YouTube channels and then start making money off their YouTube channels off of the back of Summer Wells, well, then that bugs me. That right there automatically makes me go, you know what? So oh, sweet crazy. Oh, nobody can see your comments. I can see it in the StreamYard. Sweet crazy. Sweet crazy is in here. Wow, what the fuck are you doing? She's having an outrageous fit in my chat because I'm talking about this fucking this lady who's absolutely a fucking grifter. And she's freaking out. You have some nerve going after Donna. Fuck you. So sweet crazy is not just a clever handle, y'all. So yeah, it's real easy to just claim to be a psychic and just because you threw mud out of the 1 million times that you threw mud, and then that one time it stuck, then you get to say, oh, well, you know, I'm a psychic and look, I was right. But people just want so bad. People want so bad to believe in this shit. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm saying, where are her results besides the Valo Daybell case? And why does she think that she gets to take credit for that? Just because she guessed? Like the most obvious guess?
You know, and that's another what are they called? Disclaimer. Psychic mediums are not right all the time, and you could be getting stuff that's incorrect. And you can never use that in a warrant. You can't, even if the police did listen to me, they would need to go get corroborating physical evidence to bring to a judge. Okay. And so even then, if I say something about somebody, that's not a reason to go attack them, because this is my vision. It would be like if someone woke up and said, "Oh, I had a dream,"
That's exactly what it's like.
Legally.
Oh, this lady's good.
To know, a disclaimer. So anyways, I tell them, I saw a trip to a place we have now determined to be Gatlinburg. The purpose of that trip was for the mother.
And I went over this
to show the dog.
I went over this last year when she put this out there. I'm just going over a little bit of it again, just to get an idea, just to refresh here,
To a prospective buyer or middleman that might put Summer in a catalog for trafficking children.
And look, search for Summer Wells, letter to Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, missing 5-year-old child. When she made this live, when she did this live with this other person, Summer was already 6. Summer was already 6. Why doesn't the psychic know that? I mean, she knows every fucking thing else. Why doesn't she know the age, the proper age of this missing child?
I saw another scene by a carousel where the man handed Blank a small brown bag of what I knew to be cash.
Donna, can I interrupt real quick?
Please.
I think we need to warn them. This is going to get very graphic because some people might not be ready for this, but it's.
Oh, they might not know who I am.
Just a warning.
So yeah, let's go into graphic detail of something that didn't happen to a missing child, because until law enforcement indicates to me that these things happened, then why the fuck am I going to sit here and take your dumbass word for these graphic, horrible things that could have possibly happened to a missing child? I don't want to hear that from somebody who has no evidence and no proof. Because again, what this is doing, what this is absolutely dangerous. This is a missing child. If she thinks that she can help with the investigation, what she should be doing is simply limiting her information. If it's reliable, if she is a psychic who has produced results, what she needs to be doing is talking to law enforcement and law enforcement only. No one else. She should not be on YouTube sharing graphic details of her bullshit vision just to make money because of a bunch of fucking people who just can't get enough of the most graphic, disgusting possible visions and ideas of things that could have happened to a missing child, because people are fucking sick. Anybody who supports this shit is fucking sick. I mean, I'm not even going to beat around the bush about it. Anybody who supports that shit is just plain fucking sick, because this is a missing child whose parents are still out there, whose parents there's no evidence against them that they had anything to do with it. There are people out there, even just one person who genuinely cared about that child. Let's just say Summer's parents never cared about her. Let's just assume that, right? Let me play devil's advocate and say that Don and Candace never gave a fuck about Summer, right? Let's just say that's the case. But Robin Lane absolutely gives a shit about Summer, right? The church community absolutely gives a shit about Summer. Is it right for them to sit up here and throw out this bullshit for the sake of clicks and views, for the sake of shock value, because it generates clicks and views? And then there's going to be people in their chat that's going to call them heroes. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for sharing your wonderful wisdom and power with the rest of us in regards to this poor little missing child whose age you don't even fucking know. This is what they do. And they make a shit ton of money doing it. I wonder, are they donating any of this shit to Summer's congregation? Are they donating anything that they make to the Center of Missing and Exploited Children? I mean, if they're doing this for the kids, I mean, I'm just not seeing. I'm not understanding, you know.
Just a warning. This is very graphic. What she does is not for entertainment purposes. This is pretty real deal.
Okay.
So please.
So here she gets to say that, right? Because if she turns out to be a fraud and all these people who donated money to her, and then there turns out to be proof that she's an absolute fucking fraud, she gets to say, well, I never said this was real. That was the person on panel. This was unscripted. I didn't know what she was going to say. You know, I'm not up here saying that this is the real deal and it's for entertainment purposes only. That it's not for entertainment purposes only. I'm not the one up here saying that. That's the person who I brought on panel with me. She's free to say whatever she wants. I didn't say that. I didn't tell her to say that. I mean, dude. The Long Island medium Teresa Caputo is a fraud. No shit. I have no doubt in my mind. Who cares? Who cares? That's the thing, is I'm not impressed. You just got here, but I started this stream explaining I'm aware of the Daybell Vallow case and what she said about it, and I'm not impressed. Any fucking idiot is going to assume that the shadiest motherfucker ever, Chad Daybell, probably killed those kids and had them on his property. Anybody is going to assume that, considering the way that they were acting. These people just decided to go on vacation and start living a life. They went to Hawaii and got married. The woman bought a ring on the guy's dead wife's Amazon account. I mean, everything about these people was shady. Everything. I mean, and so all of a sudden, I mean, because she makes this guess that they're on the property, like she throws shit at the wall, it sticks the one time, and then everybody's like, oh my God. Now, if these kids had been found at some other location, some random location in another state, like if she would have said that Gannon Stauch was in Florida off of an overpass, then I'd be like, oh, well, shit. Either she's psychic or she fucking had something to do with it. You know what I mean? Then I'd be impressed. But you're just gonna take yeah, we all knew that Tylee and JJ were on that property. We all knew it. Everyone knew it. Law enforcement knew it before we did. But they had to put a case together. Why did they have to put a case together? For the very reason that you're seeing in real time today. These idiots are trying to claim insanity. They're trying to get away with murder. They're trying to act, they're you know what I mean? You have to have an airtight case against these people. It takes time to build that. I love Mexi too, but Mexi doesn't claim to be a fucking psychic. I don't have a problem with anything that Mexi does, because what Mexi does is he will go and he'll use his tools and his paranormal. What he does is absolutely different. He doesn't claim to be a psychic. He believes in the paranormal. Okay. And that's perfectly fine. He believes in the paranormal, and he will use his tools to try to pick up paranormal activity. And then he'll tell you, make your own assumption. This is what I got out of it. You guys make your own assumptions. That's what he does. That's not unethical. That's entertainment. It's entertainment. Now, does he believe in it? Sure. He absolutely believes in it. I know Mexi. I'm friends with Mexi. And I'm proud of Mexi. But he genuinely believes this stuff. let's see. I personally am a medium myself, but I would never get involved with cases or share anything I might be told. I just don't ever put what I may see or hear in a social media, but that's just the way I am. But that's because that's an ethical thing to do. If you truly believe yourself to be a medium and you have a vision that you think is totally overwhelming, the ethical thing to do is to simply share it with law enforcement. Hey, listen, if you guys get so back to a corner to the point to where, you're that desperate to at least consider the suggestions of a psychic medium, here's what I came up with. Do with it what you will. That's an ethical thing to do. There's nothing wrong with believing in this stuff, but there's something wrong with using the fact that people believe in it to make money off the back of missing children. There's something seriously wrong with that. And that's exactly what this person is doing here.
Please, if you're not able to, I guess.
Yeah, and this is the final one to the police, so I have to address it. I mean, the things I've seen are more graphic than I could even want to say here.
Right. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
And I was looking at the chat, and then I was like, "Thank you, Cindy." I don't know what I was going to say. Anyways, well, bottom line.
I'm sorry, I messed you up.
Oh, you didn't mess me up. No, you're fine. You didn't mess me up because really reading is kind of boring.
Right.
Okay, so I saw a lot of things, right? And what I did with the Idaho case that worked was I made a group on Facebook, and it was called Psychics and Sleuths. So I did the same for this case. And there were a few people in there really into researching the clues from my readings. And right away, they brought me back photos of Gatlinburg because I had seen all these interesting things. I saw an aquarium where you walk through.
How do you get viewers? You start Facebook groups. That's classic canceled Karen, critical K fucking tactics right there. You start a fucking Facebook group. Or you bully your way into taking over a Facebook group that already exists that has a shit ton of followers on it, a shit ton of members. That's what canceled Karen used to do. She would bully her way as an admin into a Facebook group in regards to a case and then get all the people from the Facebook group to subscribe to her channel. It was smart. It was absolutely smart, but it was some Goodfellas shit. You know what I mean? She would literally like muscle her way into these Facebook groups. Like, I have the power to shit talk your Facebook group because I'm sure you have competitors. I saw this other Facebook group. They have lots of members. I can join them, and then I can just use my YouTube platform to trash talk your Facebook group and get everybody to leave and come join mine. Or you can make me an admin on yours. Just let me take over the group, and we can all benefit. That's what she used to do. It's smart, but fucked up.
Through, and there's plexiglass over the top. I mean, the 12-minute reading is on Sweetie Pilo's channel, and if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. What else was there? There was a lot. I saw
totally it's basic marketing.
Candy store.
It's totally basic marketing. Like, this is basic fucking This is, you look at the two of these people, right? She's a psychic, allegedly, and this lady is just an airhead bimbo who likes to jump to conclusions and make people look guilty where there's no evidence against them, because the narrative is spinning in that direction. The narrative is spinning in the direction of somebody being guilty, and then she gets up there with her decent looks, basically her decent looks, and she gets up there and says everything that a bunch of idiots who jump to conclusions are saying, and it validates them, so they subscribe to her. And so those same idiots are suckers for psychics, and then they combine forces. It makes sense. I'll get some of your subscribers and you'll get some of mine. Let's do live streams together.
store that had candy cane, but it was right after saying grandma. I see grandma enter the picture or something. So I think,
Yeah.
and I've been told that that's her nickname. So that might be a reference to her. You know, I was seeing a literal candy store, and then they even found one that looked like it, where the two pools were wrapped in candy. So as a medium, I know that I saw the candy store. I'm not 100% sure if it was a reference to grandma or a reference to the candy store, but so you always keep both things in mind. I think it was more likely.
And those are the only people whose opinions I give a fuck about in the Vallow Daybell case. The grandparents of Tylee and JJ. Those are the only people who I give a fuck about. Like, all I can think about when I think about that case is the nightmare those people were going through. That those kids, that those two people were the only people in that family that gave a fuck about those kids and wanted answers. And it was bizarre. It was bizarre that they had to sit there and watch in real time on television these people vacationing and having a blast while reporters are getting in their face going, "Where are your kids? Where are your kids?" And they're just blowing them off and smiling and acting like celebrities with paparazzi chasing them. It was crazy. While these grandparents are going crazy, going insane, sitting there wondering what happened to their grandkids, being the only two people in that family that really gave a fuck about those kids. It was bizarre. It must have been a nightmare for them. And those two people are straight up saying that this lady's a fraud.
Basically, to be a reference to the grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember any of the other things? Oh, the gum chain. Okay, so it turns out that this gum chain is at the Ripley's Museum in Gatlinburg. Well, they also have an aquarium where you walk under the plexiglass, just like I was describing. There was a few other things, and early on, I think someone did kind of like a secondary identification of a person who worked there that was related to someone we were looking at, but I can't even remember who anymore. Okay, so, and definitely, and so Candace put Gatlinburg on her TikTok video, right?
Yeah.
So she has a whole TikTok video of this strip, and Summer's hair is shaved in that TikTok video. So we know it's within a month. The month that she went,
bro. Do you guys know anything about Gatlinburg? For those of you who aren't from Tennessee or aren't that familiar, Gatlinburg is the #1 tourist attraction in Tennessee, besides like Nashville, the music, besides the Nashville music scene and downtown there, and Graceland in Memphis. But Gatlinburg is like the #1 tourist attraction because that's where Dollywood is. You know, like it's the most wholesome family place where you can go, and even as adults, I mean, there's not a whole lot of like bars and clubs. It's not like that. It's a family friendly place, but there's even like, you know, there's the moonshine place where you can get samples of all this moonshine and get hammered, you know, and it's fun. But Gatlinburg is the #1 tourist attraction, and it's not far from Rogersville. It's really not that far. So the main place where you can go, where you don't have any money, if you have enough money for gas to get there and back, you can go and walk around and visit without having to spend any money, which is ideally the perfect place for Candace to take her kids to sightsee. I mean, it makes perfect sense. So why is she making Candace out to be guilty, as though taking her kids to Gatlinburg is suspect in some way? Every parent in Tennessee, at least that part of Tennessee, takes their kids to Gatlinburg. Like it's like they literally have like a fucking They have a Ferris wheel there and shit. That's where you go. That's where everyone in that area goes to see fireworks on 4th of July. They see fireworks on New Year's. It's absolutely a very wholesome place. I've been there a couple times myself. It's nice. It's pleasant. It's a very pleasant thing to go walk around at. For churchgoers, and there's a lot of churchgoers here in Tennessee, if you're trying to stay away from the places that are ugly and the places that there are bad things happening, you go to Gatlinburg. It's very family friendly. Very family friendly. Who was in the middle of felony charges when what occurred? Yeah, the Bible Belt. Exactly, Jessica Moon. Who was, JM? Get the fuck out of here. Really? She sold weed to her. Nuh-uh. Hold on. I got to look that up. I got to look that up. All right. I'm not seeing anything. Let me try. No, I'm not seeing anything about that. Nope, I'm not seeing anything about that. Yeah. Wait, okay. Try this. Nope, still not seeing nothing. Yeah, I'm not seeing any news stories about it. I mean, you won't be able to share the link in chat, but what's up, Corvette Sally? Yeah, I saw that her name was Donna Lambert. I looked it up. Donna Lambert arrest, marijuana. I typed all that in and I didn't see anything. And it could have had it. She could have had it squashed. I mean, it's weed and it's in California. Weed's been legal in California for the longest time. So she probably had it squashed. Who cares? I just think it's funny. I just hoping to see the story and read it. But right, exactly. Yeah, everyone goes there.
Disappeared. I texted Don
What's up,
Wells.
Joy?
I've been texting him back and forth, and when people send me stuff, I've been kind of asking his opinion on it. So we know we went. What he told me was that the weekend before Summer went missing, right before Summer went missing, Candace took the children and she went garage selling around Kingsport and took them fishing and stuff. So she was in Kingsport.
Oh, and I saw somebody got upset. I'm sorry I interrupted Donna about the trigger warning thing. They really want you to carry on with that letter, and I'm so sorry I interrupted you. I just was worried.
And it's just so funny because these people don't even realize that they're inadvertently talking these people up as parents. You know what I mean? I find that very, very interesting because here we are. Everybody's trying to say, oh, they neglected these kids, and that's why the kids got taken away. They're child neglect, blah, 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 probably abuse, this and that. But I mean, what kind of neglectful mom is always taking her kids to do fun things? What, I mean, I don't understand. She takes them to Gatlinburg. She takes them to swimming holes to go swimming. She's always filming Summer and making TikTok videos because because she's so proud of Summer. But no, it's to promote Summer into selling her to, traffickers. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Might not be totally aware of how real deal this actually.
Yeah, she wanted to give you a warning.
Yes. People reminded me, oh, trigger warning. And I'm like, oh, wait,
I'm really glad.
We got to say this.
I'm really glad someone's asking me this in chat right now. Sue Lawson is asking, what do I think happened to Summer? Here's the thing about that. And I'll give you the answer that I always give when somebody asks me this, because inevitably someone always asks me this. I haven't the faintest fucking idea. Okay? None of you do. And I want to be very clear about that. None of you have the faintest idea what happened to Summer. There's literally no evidence whatsoever to indicate anything that happened to Summer. There's no evidence that she wandered off. There's no evidence that she was sold. There's no evidence that she was kidnapped. There's no evidence that she was killed in an accident and then it was covered up. There's no evidence of any of these insane, wild theories that are being thrown around all over YouTube as though they're fact. None of them. None of them. So the responsible thing for us to do is share her name and her description, her picture. That's the responsible thing for us to do, and leave it to law enforcement to figure it out because they're the professionals. We're not. We are not investigators, people. You are not investigators. I haven't the slightest fucking idea what happened to Summer. And it's frustrating. We're all frustrated over this. But I'm not frustrated because I can't figure it out, because I pride myself as a sleuth, because I'm not a sleuth. It's not my job to be a sleuth. It's not my job to figure out and solve crimes. It's not yours either. Simple. Very, very simple. See, I love this shit right here. This elaborate theory based on nothing. I think Summer went in the house where her brothers were, started annoying them. She ran and fell down those stairs to her bedroom and broke her neck. The mother and grandmother hid her body. Where the fuck are you getting that from? Are you aware of any blood that was found on one of the stairs where she hit her head? Are you aware of any testimony given by any of her brothers during forensic interviews that I assure you have taken place? Are you aware of any evidence that would bring you to that conclusion, that elaborate conclusion that she went to go hang out with her brothers, fell down the stairs, broke her neck, and then her mother and grandmother went and hid her body? Ridiculous. Chased her in anger. So now we're accusing minors of involuntary manslaughter. That's what we're doing. We're accusing minors of involuntary manslaughter. Do you guys realize when you make these assumptions how dangerous it is? You have any idea when you spread shit like this all over the internet how dangerous it is? These are real people. These are real people. And when you jump to these conclusions, let me make this other point that I've made 100,000 fucking times talking about the Summer Wells case. It is incredibly dangerous to jump to a conclusion that Summer Wells has met her demise at some point and that she is no longer with us. Because there's no evidence to indicate this. And when you do that, and that narrative spins, and that narrative spreads, then people stop looking. People stop keeping their eyes peeled. People stop paying attention to missing persons posters that they've gone through all this trouble to put up in movie theaters, in gas stations in Tennessee that I live in, that I see at the lotto stations. Every time I walk into a fucking gas station, there's a lotto station that has Summer's Amber Alert on it. 2 years later. 2.5 years later. It's incredibly dangerous for any of you to even publicly just sit here, even on my platform where I've only got 200 people watching, but that's 200 people. You don't know who's lurking in this chat that has a large platform and is going to spread this shit because they're irrational. They might have a shit ton of Instagram followers or a shit ton of Twitter followers or a shit ton of Facebook followers. It's incredibly dangerous to spread the narrative that Summer Wells is no longer with us when there's no evidence to indicate that to be true.
Yes. So I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, that's okay. And apparently that same day, she also took the kids a few miles over by, when I was saying in that first reading, everything that's up is upside down and all this kind of stuff. That's WonderWorks. And so for me, what that does is it would give a date where if too much time hadn't gone by, the LA should be looking at all their surveillance to see a man that didn't interact with them really, but stayed about 20 feet away or so and was kind of following them around. It felt to me like this was a showing, like he was going to see the kid in person, see if he wanted to pay for the kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like. Okay, so WonderWorks.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Shut it!
Is an upside down building, and it's on Candace's TikTok videos.
An upside down building? What?
This is TikTok video. Felt like. Okay, so WonderWorks is an upside down building, and it's on Candace's TikTok videos. It's an upside down building it's a tourist thing. And I said John Bonet's coming in. Well, they had a John Bonet display at WonderWorks. So at least at the time. So
that is crazy.
What that did for me personally was confirm that it's very likely the rest of my reading is accurate as well.
Tracy Ann Chasing, I'm glad you're here. I actually went over this video. I'm only going to go over some of it, but there's recent ones that I'm going to go over. But I went over this when this was put out a year ago. And according to this lady, Summer was still 5 a year ago. So just so you know.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I saw Carousel. And at that time, so then I was, much to my surprise, go after the reading, I go on to there and look up I looked up Carousel in Hawkins County, Tennessee, and there's a Carousel in Kingsport. So that is, of course, likely the place where some sort of transaction took place, some sort of interaction. And as you can see in the 12-minute, I gotta say, because I love when Tracy Ann's in here, dude, because she feels my fucking pain, bro. Like, no doubt about it. It feels like so much of my time on YouTube is spent trying to show how asinine these people's thinking are. Tracy Ann does an amazing job of doing this, by the way, but it's exhausting at times.
It's exhausting because it's not one of those things that you're just like, I feel like I should do this. It's like, no, I gotta fucking do this because there's a shit ton of idiots out there. There's a shit ton of morons out there just jumping all over this bandwagon and jumping to these insane conclusions. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous. And she's the only one besides me that I've seen. I'm sure there are others, but she's the only one that I've seen that will sit there on a live stream forever and go over the insane bullshit narratives that get spun about this case and then debunk them. She'll spend hours doing it.
See the mother, but I didn't see the father.
Yeah.
And I have a little chills on my leg.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know, I don't remember that she was transferred at that very time though. And so that may have happened at another location. But again, like, say if law enforcement was listening, which I mean, they do their own investigation. They don't need me to tell them what to do, but all the surveillance camera around there, you would see the guy that did this. Then I'm also talking, I saw a gazebo
This is the
with a mirror
stupidest shit I've ever fucking
that went
heard.
above and below. And remember how it confused me? See, at Bay Mountain Park, there's a gazebo that's built out on a dock over the water, and it's such crystal clear water. There's a perfect mirror image of
All of this can be Googled. All of this can be Googled.
it. And so I don't know, but part of the crime may have occurred there, but I'm not sure. I'm getting some spirit energy on that. Okay. I saw 3 men actively participate.
I'm too pissed off for the super cuck dance. Southwest 4x4 Explorers, thank you so much. Alicia Navarro, 15 years old, missing from Arizona, just walked into a police station in Wyoming 4 years later, alive. It can happen. Never give up. Thank you, Southwest 4x4 Explorers. And she's a mod for for Down the Rabbit Hole News. And she's great. So subscribe to Down the Rabbit Hole News.
Participating in what felt like I don't know if you're even allowed to say.
Yeah, just cryptically say it if you can. I guess.
SNUF film.
Right.
In which the reading I saw, they would have kept her around for a while, but had to do.
That's what I've been saying, Tracy. It's. I mean, if you cover every single base, you win. You know, like, and I mean, I didn't word it like that. The way I worded it was throwing shit against the wall until it sticks. This lady threw shit against the wall until it stuck with Tylee and JJ, and gave the most basic fucking guess that anybody could fucking give as to where those kids were. And now all of a sudden she's a renowned psychic. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face.
A standard dozier, D-O-Z-I-E-R, combined with the fact that I saw one man in costume plunge a knife into her belly, and there is a knife called that, likely explains it. Other possible urban slang dictionary was, quote, to overdose on medication or to make a slave. So in the end, you know, hopefully they made a pretend movie or something. You know, I always hope until the end. Always hope. Just because I say it doesn't mean it's, you know, this is my vision.
Right.
It happened in my vision.
Right. So she gets,
but
again,
it was pretty bad.
She gets to operate with impunity and say, hey, just because I said so, it doesn't make it true. While she has her homie next to her sitting there going, hey, this is not for entertainment purposes. She said so herself earlier. This is not for entertainment purposes only. This is real, she said. This is real stuff, and it's going to get graphic. And unfortunately, it is for entertainment purposes only. because there's no evidence to say that any of this is true. And this entertains a lot of sick fucks. A lot of sick people who want to think the worst, who want to come up with the most dramatic conclusion. Yeah, and that's dangerous too. Saying that the police are not looking. We don't know what their methods are. And I realize I know that Duty Ron did a video, and I went over that, and I respectfully disagreed with Duty Ron. But the thing is Duty Ron is an experienced investigator, and I'm not. You know, he just doesn't feel that they're doing enough, and I understand that, and I respect his opinion. But I just put it this way. I have to believe. I feel like the responsible thing for us to do is to believe that that they are doing what needs to be done. Because even still, I mean, what the fuck good is this lady's bullshit theories? What conclusion is going to be drawn from this lady sitting up on YouTube and spouting out these insane graphic details of her fantasies? And I mean, the only thing is if the police take it seriously and investigate it, which they're not going to do. So literally the only purpose it serves is to entertain the sick fucking vultures that are in her chat who want the most dramatic conclusion so that they can hate and have pitchforks and torches towards Don and Candace virtually on YouTube.
Bad, and I saw way more details. Like, it was horrible. Other visions I received, it's steam engine, and that comes through a lot. So it could be near where there's a steam engine in a park. It could also be near railroad tracks. It could be where a train goes over a bridge. So there's, like I said, one thing to see the things.
Oh, like in Tennessee, dude, you could throw a fucking rock out your window and hit a fucking railroad track. You know, yo, Grandmaster Sid Sophos, thank you, buddy. Glare across the palm with silver. Can you read the future? My soccer team keep losing. It's not going to help. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I could sit here and predict that your soccer team's going to win, or you know, but are they? You know what I mean? Is it going to help them win? Again, useless. This is a flex. That's all this shit is. It's a flex. It's an insane flex. Now hold on. Let me let's get to the more recent stuff.
Hello, everybody, and people watching this. I'm here alone right now, and this is an experiment. So if I shut it down all of a sudden, it's because it didn't work. I'm trying to find a way to put some clues out there related to summer wells that also
throw shit against the wall until it sticks.
Safety, as well as don't cast aspersions on other people when, you know, psychics information can just be conjecture. And if this doesn't work, then I'll end the stream.
I mean, that's just a fucking disclaimer, dude. That's just a disclaimer. You're giving them what they want. These people are in your chat so that they can crucify Don and Candace without any evidence. And you are providing some just because you're attracting the people who A, want to crucify Don and Candace because they just don't like them. And B, you're providing them with something that those people believe in. You're finding people who believe in psychic bullshit and people who both believe in psychic bullshit and hate Don and Candace. You're attracting that demographic. You were targeting that demographic. And you're protecting yourself against legal repercussions by saying, just because I say it doesn't make it true. No, I love that shit. That's always the case too. If she's a psychic, can she give me the lottery numbers for tomorrow's night draws? No, they can't, because it doesn't work that way. They don't get to pick and choose how their visions come in. They don't get to pick and choose how their visions come in. Their visions choose them. That's how this works. That's how this works. Happy for life, Jay. Member for 1 month. Thank you so much. Please, I want H&H Christmas clip as a new. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Elaborate. Yeah, this is this is fucking hilarious to me, dude. Like, it would piss me off otherwise, and it does piss me off. I'm not gonna lie, it does piss me off. But this is how these people think, man. It's just really fucking funny to me. They sit there and they go. They sit there and they go. I'm seeing something. I'm seeing. Can I get the lottery numbers? No. It doesn't work that way. The visions choose me, and the visions are only giving me information on missing persons cases that the whole world is currently talking about, so that I can get the views. I've been given a gift. I've been given a gift, and I'm here to share. And it's just conveniently, the gift is visions on very popular, high-profile cases that the whole world is talking about, and I can jump on that bandwagon and give that information. Absolutely, yes. So just stay with me while I come to my next vision. Hold on, I'm drawing a blank. I think I covered every single possibility of everything. People fucking kill me, bro.
Dream. So what I did at least like 5 readings on Summer Wells. She's a missing little girl, 5 years old.
Member for 8 months, Southwest 404 Explorers. Thank you so much.
She was reported missing. Hi, guys. I'm not alone. This is an experiment. This is random, and I don't know if it'll work or not. And so, but I did multiple readings, right? And then I did these map things, but I had to cut so much information out of the readings. I noticed that when this person, Ryan's Finds Truth is his YouTube channel, and he's going around and he says, Donna has like 100 pins on this map. And that's because I was pinning every single thing that I was seeing or that I could look.
Right. So Donna has 100 pins on this map, which she literally has a map with metaphorically pins acting as clumps of shit she's throwing against the wall, and those pins are marking where those piles of shit that she threw stick. That's literally the metaphor used for the pins on a map. Like, she has a map marking where all of the shit that she throws sticks. Okay. Okay.
Could locate. And then one night I even went and pinned every single train bridge that I could find all over the northern part of the county. I mean, so I've narrowed that down as far as, and I want to play some clips and talk about them, because I don't think I ever uploaded anything out of the 5th reading, which was January. And I want to make sure to open my word chart too. Okay, because we have to talk about some
my
things.
Word chart.
It's like you miss it and you might not get the right idea. So I'm going to show you how this reading starts, if it will play. If it won't play, I guess I'll just talk about it. Let's see. Try to move the other, play these. This says. Okay, so here's the first clip. This is how reading 5 starts. Okay, so I'm seeing Summer. If you can let me know if you can hear this. I'm seeing. Can you hear this?
It's still in that ravine down there, like where
Tell me if you can hear this.
It bottoms out. Oh, so there's like a couple guys there, and they're just putting some dirt over.
Can you guys hear what that says?
They might have put like a hollow log on top of her, like.
Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear?
Okay, so the reading started with seeing her being buried, and then there was two people, and it looked like a ravine to me, like a side, at least side going up. Now, so I saw Domtar Park before too, in all of this after my readings and looking at it, going, oh my God, it has that gate, and so did Ryan. But the thing is, and it might be wrong, and I might take it back. And so this clip is a little bit longer. This clip, it sounds like the Iron Gate is at the location where, if my visions are accurate, which I hope they're not, but, we all want her to be in some happy home that, we all have this fantasy that maybe.
How nice of her. If my visions are correct, and I hope they're not, because humility really goes a long way. Humility goes a long way. It's a good look, humility. So if I come up here and I start stating these things as fact, and get no results, a year after I first put this stuff out there about this little girl, then, he sucks, dude.
Maybe that someone just put her in a better place, or but it sounds like the Iron Gate might be more related to where she was really truly harmed. So I'm going to play that for you, and then you'll get an idea.
Oh my God, it's a mansion with an iron gate, and I see Democrats. I see high-end, high-ranking Democrats who drink children's blood. I'm not saying Summer's in there, but it's just what I see. I see it. Oh my God.
So I'm seeing going like to this place, and they have iron to open it. Totally. They have iron gate. They have iron gate. I feel like on the sides of the iron gate is, how they'll have a brick. It's kind of decorative. I mean, I guess they could make the iron gate with just a pole, but it's like, the two brick little columns that are, square. So they could be cinder block or red brick, either way. Yeah, and I got spirit energy on my legs. So I'm seeing the house again. I'm seeing the brick
straight
house
up drinking
with the
whiskey.
White columns. And now
hold on.
I drove to the house with the white legs. So I'm seeing the house again. I'm seeing.
No, I'm not judging her. I'm not judging her for drinking fucking scotch, dude. Like, I'm a big fan myself. I'm not gonna lie, but you expect us to take you seriously for having visions while you're sitting there drinking fucking scotch, lady? Are you fucking kidding? Yeah, those are the only spirits talking to her, Perry. Those are the spirits talking to her. Just so we all know. I gotta. Oh my God. Here we go.
Be cinder block or red brick, either way. Yeah, and I got spirit energy.
Cheers.
On my legs. So I'm seeing the house again. I'm seeing the brick house with the white columns. And now I drove to that funeral home.
Oh my God, lady. You're killing
and I'm
me.
feeling like I'm at the funeral home. And I've got very strong chills on my legs. So we were going to the funeral home, and I was getting really strong chills on my legs. Let's see.
I think they call that withdrawal.
don't know for sure if it's that funeral home, but I feel like it is. Either way, that funeral home is in my third eye right now. Doesn't mean it happened
Her
there.
third eye.
Because I've looked at it. So it could be that, they're just going to show me that it's not it and stuff like that. But okay, but they're showing me it right now. And they're showing, as far as the eye can see on these rolling hills.
Like, so basically, this lady's just fucking hammered and she's having these visions and recording it. She said, I'm seeing something. Oh my God. I'm seeing something. I'm seeing my third eye is seeing. Lady, that's because you can't focus, bro. You don't have three eyes. It's just that your two eyes can't fucking settle on one point because of all the fucking scotch. It's not your third eye, lady.
Hill. And it's like, I like these rolling hills. Okay, rolling hills. Rolling hills. We're gonna roll right up.
Oh, I love I love the rolling hills. We're just gonna roll down the rolling hills. So fun. So this lady, let me get this straight. This lady gets hammered, records herself, and then gets hammered again, and then listens to herself hammered having visions. Like, can she not tell how drunk she is in that fucking recording? Can she not tell? I have the rolling hills. I love the rolling hills.
As far as the eye can see on these rolling hills. And it's like, I like these rolling hills. Okay, rolling hills. Rolling hills. We're gonna roll right off that way. So I'm gonna, if I kept drawing that line to Ben Hill Road like I did,
killing me
I
right
went to
now.
that funeral home, and then I feel like I'm supposed to keep going. So I'm not gonna say something one way or another about what I think about the funeral home. I'm just gonna keep drawing a line straight through it and keep going further. And I feel like I'm gonna keep crossing that line to where the state line, where you cross the state line. And I don't know that Summer went that far away, but she might have. I don't know what the reason is, but I'm just going to draw a line.
No, this is not her deleted live. I don't even know anything about her deleted live. I don't really watch this lady, but anything Summer Wells usually pops up in my feed. And then I was like, oh, I remember this fucking lady. And I was like, yeah, let me just do a live stream. It's Friday night. Fuck it. What's up, Lawyer Mystery Maven? It's good to see you. By the way, Lawyer Mystery Maven, your thoughts are not welcome here today because you are too fact oriented. Okay, you know too much about the law. We're not doing that today. Right now, we're only focused on whiskey induced visions of psychics. Okay, get your shit together.
And she might have been somewhere in between that funeral home and if I drew a line straight out that way, like look along that line kind of feeling is what I have. Yeah, I got a rise in spirit energy. So I don't have chills. It's not exactly right on. It's
I love this because she's like, I need to record this because I'm gonna fucking black out and I'm not gonna remember any of this shit. So I'll record this and then I'll play myself having a drunken rant on my live stream because I can't go live right now. Too drunk. But I'm gonna come up with this vision and then I'm gonna go over it because I'm not gonna remember any fucking visions that I had. So I have to record it and go over it.
Okay, so that was Hills Distillery as a potential area just to look where there might have been a trade-off. And at the time, I didn't know, but people told me later that that was like a mile and a half away from where Don Wells was working that day. And coincidentally, his coworker, Dudley Ajon, said that one of the places has Ivy in the name. So there was like 3 different housing projects. So that was real interesting. But here's what I'm saying about the wooden barrel here.
I love that.
I think I've seen one of these breweries.
Oh my God! There's an apartment complex. There's an apartment complex with Ivy in the name. And hold on. There's also an apartment complex with wood in the name. With wood. Yes, an apartment complex with wood in the name. It's very rare.
I'm seeing inside the brewery, so it's kind of where they serve some beer. They serve or alcohol or something, but they do have.
I feel like a brewery. I'm in the middle of my vision. I decided to take a quick little pit stop and see if they had whiskey, and then I'll just be right back and continue my vision after I wet my whistle.
Feels like, because they have a keg type. Well, it's not a metal keg; it's like a wooden keg. I saw that before, and I got a little spirit energy. I saw that before.
I bet you did.
So a wooden barrel that they do that. If you see that line where I keep calling it a hollow log, that he could be laying on top of her, or she could be in it, anything like that. Just it's a could be, not a is.
Okay, so they've showed me this barrel a few times, right? So it's some sort of clue. And
this lady
like,
messing
when you look
with
at
her
the
mic,
clues,
like her mic is too good for her, bro. I got this. I got this barrel, and this lady's fucking killing me right now.
they're not all literal. Was she put in a barrel? Is there a barrel nearby? Is there some reference to that? That's just a clue to keep in mind. And then the next one is Tennessee Hills.
Get away from me, microphone.
Although I'm being directed out past the East Lawn, like continuing in a line out that way, but it feels like it angles a little more. It doesn't go straight from Ben Hill Road to there, but angle a little more towards the corner of the state line, and then
y'all are fucked up.
But then it went into these rolling
y'all
hills,
are
and
terrible,
then I got
bro.
this Tennessee Hills again. Tennessee Hills. Tennessee Hills. Tennessee Hills.
Oh my God, dude.
Tennessee Hills. Something about Tennessee Hills.
Okay, so I want to check the chart, because this is what's happened in all these readings is I've had to cut out so much information. Like, if you think something, I never thought anything could be worse than what I saw happen with Tylee Ryan. And if this is what I've seen is correct, then it is worse. So we go from drawing the line to the state, which might be Bristol.
I'm in a better mood, so we get a super cuck. We get a super cuck dance, folks.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Thank you, Corvette Sally. It's good to see you again, by the way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she can't you just like visualize where your microphone is going to be and then manifest that to happen? Like, look,
I want my microphone right here.
Holy shit, I'm psychic. Psychic, people. I used the secret. I visualized it. And then I manifested what I wanted into reality. I used the secret.
Well, she might have originally been brought there at some point, seen the brewery thing. And then there's 1, 2 people, separate people I talk about. And then I'm seeing the amusement rides in the carousel again. And then they're trying to show me something about the milk jugs in the carousel. And then I see a coffin. So I don't know if that's related to the park that has the coffin or not. Then I'm seeing another person. Then I'm seeing another person talking about that person. And after talking about 4 different people, then I'm seeing what I call the Jax building. If you ever hear me say that, I'm talking about the Eastman building. The Eastman building is just consider it a landmark. The headquarters part where the executives work has, if you look on Google Earth, they were still building it, but it has a sky bridge, and they put in this statue of a hand holding a bunch of molecules, which in my vision look like jacks that you play with. It looked like a statue of jacks. Like that's how we found that building. So let me make sure the sound, I didn't press the sound. Okay. So here's about, now this gets more into the reason I'm telling you in between, I talked about a bunch of people, is so you know that these scenes are separate. So here's Eastman. I've seen this industrial part of that where the Jax is, and there's a bunch of buildings there. And one of them might be the business building, and one might be like the industrial part. But I'm just seeing it. And then I was like, oh, am I seeing the tops of the steamboat? Okay, so now why would that be important? Because if you were going along that river and you were looking for a potential place where this could be, or maybe you're up in the hills above that river and you're looking for it, and all of a sudden you notice a billboard, right? And it has a picture of a steamboat on it. Or you see a restaurant, it says steamboat. There's just little things like that. Obviously, there's no steamboats on that river. And it was interesting because the whole steamboat thing came in even.
Yeah, she has a big ass doily. She has a big ass doily behind her. Like I love to see fucking like people who are like super alcoholics like make these fucking decisions, you know. It's just always very funny to me, like the people who just like can't handle it, you know, and they're just like every day's normal. They're just functioning alcoholics, so like every day they drink and everything's fucking normal, and they're just like, oh, you know what I need behind me? A big fucking doily. like she was someplace and saw one, and she was like, oh my god, look at this doily. Where did you get these? Did you pick these up at a doily place, or did they make? I wonder if I can get one that's like times 50. Can I get one 50 times the size of this one and fold it in half and put it behind me? Because that's what I need behind me. My background needs a big fucking doily.
Even on the first reading, and then we saw in the pictures where Candace took the kids, I think a week or two before Summer disappeared, she took them to Gatlinburg, and there was a picture of the kids in the background. There's a pickup truck. There's just a random man standing against his pickup truck, and then behind that there's a billboard with a steamboat. So that comes up a lot, but it came up here and they're not talking about the Gatlinburg trip. And it's just like little things like that are just little clues to keep in your mind. Okay, so here's another one still at Eastman.
I see the Jocks building again. They're putting the Jocks building in front of me and the Sky Bridge. And they're showing me the outside of the building now too.
Okay, so let's see the Eastman River. Let me just check and see if. Oh yeah, okay. So after seeing the Jocks person, honestly, someone works there probably that's involved. There's a lot of people involved though, and then another person and another person. So there's multiple people involved with all this. This is like an organized group of really bad people. Okay, so let's see. And then, yeah, talking about that. I'm talking about that.
Y'all are
okay, so I'm talking about people again. And then we go to the river again. The river, if you're standing there looking at Eastman.
This lady's so fun. I had no idea this is going to be this fun.
They're showing me the building. They're showing me the building. And they're showing me the building. So if I look at the Sky Bridge
Doily
across
visions.
the street and just to the right of the Sky Bridge, the
Y'all are
building,
killing me,
that
dude.
silver building, or it might be connected to it, or it might be just something I can see from there. If I go onto Google Earth or whatever. Okay, and then what is behind there was that river. Yeah, I got a chill on my leg. And
so they're trying to get me at the river, right?
Oh my God, dude. I need to stop
we're
smoking
really
this shit
back
here,
around
man.
this building with the Jacks. We're here. That's where we are.
I need to stop smoking this shit here.
Now I'm gonna follow that river or canal. I'm gonna follow it upstream. I'm gonna follow it. If I'm standing across the street where that river is, and I'm looking at that building where the Jacks is, and then I go to my left. So I follow it to the left, and I got spirit energy there. I follow it up to the left.
Whiskey energy.
There's another one.
We're really back around this building with the Jacks. We're here.
Dude, she looks like she's wearing a mask.
Now I'm gonna follow that river or canal. I'm gonna follow it,
bro,
upstream. I'm gonna follow it. If I'm standing across the street where that river is, and I'm looking at that building where the Jacks is, and then I go to my left. So I follow it to the left, and I got spirit energy there. I follow it up to the left. Then there's a place at a little ways where there's like a lot of bushes. She could be like in a wooden box there. I've got some spirit energy. Oh, I got a chill on my leg.
Okay, so let me just make sure that everyone's still. We'll go to the next one. So these are all separate clips, and there's stuff in between them related to people. I don't feel safe talking.
We're gonna go on a little boat there so they can chill.
I don't feel safe because I don't remember anything I fucking said. Bro, like, look at, bro, like, I can't help it. I can't help it. Y'all are gonna hate me right now. Oh my God, dude. All right. Oh my God. This should not be this much fun. It should not be this much fun.
They said they were going to take me on a boat to show me where this was. To me, that makes me wonder. Okay, so that's not psychic. It's me wondering, is it on a little island? Why they need to take me on a boat? Or is it just that they're showing me to go up the river? So you just keep both in mind. about that. And then about her body.
I do feel like her body was moved.
Oh my
It's really
God,
weird.
Mike, I hate
It's
you,
like
bro.
one time I
That
saw
is
her
too
buried
accurate.
into the dirt.
I hate
building,
you, Mike.
Though, at the
Totally
building
does.
or a building. Could be out in the barn, it could be, but it was indoors in dirt. And then I didn't see them dig her up.
Something's telling me it might be you all of my life.
And many people came to watch, or at least some people came to watch. I saw 3 main people that were kind of running the show, and I saw a few people come to watch.
This lady with the mic is
people
killing
that
me, bro. Like,
have, probably power. And okay, so anyways, at that point I saw her buried just
What's
like
up, Headstos?
temporarily, I think, because it was indoors, but then later I saw her buried outdoors. Let's see.
I do feel like her body was moved. It's really weird. It's like one time I saw her buried under the dirt and at the building, though. At the building or a building.
and like off the subject,
could be out in the barn.
so it's really funny. Off the subject, like you guys don't know me at all, man. Like I know I look like I listen to like heavy ass like metal and shit, like if I go to the gym, but I actually like work out to relax. And sometimes I do. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes, I'm in the mood for like fucking Helmet or fucking Slayer or, whatever, right? Sometimes I'm in the mood for that shit. But like most of the time, I'm listening to like old 80s easy listening shit. I'm like, and there's like fucking break out. Don't start to ask. And when you that's my shit. Okay? That is my shit. I'll listen to that shit. I'll listen to The Cure, fucking Smiths. I'll get all into that shit. And I'll be fucking working out so vigorously. So vigorously. But like I'm listening. Yeah, sometimes the Bee Gees, Mark. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm listening straight up to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, and I'm loving that shit. I'm fucking loving that shit.
The barn, it could be, but it was indoors in dirt. And then I didn't see them dig her up, but I saw that spirit energy.
Totally, Tiffany. I listen to Tiffany all the time.
So it's like then you just fill in the blanks, like would they undig it? Oh, like put it there for a while till they.
This lady's just listening to her. This lady's just listening to herself, just drunken rant, bro. Like it's hilarious to me. She's listening to herself give a drunken fucking rant. Like, listen to the shit she's talking. Like, I'm talking over it, but we need to like hear this. Like, listen to this shit.
Could be, but it was indoors in dirt, and then
indoors in dirt.
I didn't see them dig her up, but I saw that spirit energy. I just then saw her body in a different place.
She's just making shit up.
Then you just fill in the blanks, like
Leslie Kohler gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Leslie Kohler. Let's see who got memberships. B Legend, welcome. Congrats. Candy for you. BJ Marshall, Soper Girl, Jennifer Anderson, Mrs. Anderson. Tell me, Mrs. Anderson, what good is a phone call if you're unable to speak? Congrats, guys. Welcome. Cuckoo.
They undig it. Oh, like put it there for a while till they get a chance to deal with it or something. Dispose of it properly or whatever.
We love you too,
Okay,
Leslie Kohler.
Then in the reading was like an hour long. It goes on and on about like, you know, graphically what I saw, and which I can't even put on here, and I'm kind of afraid to, but
you fucking should be.
Some more
you should be afraid to put any of this shit on here.
I'm seeing these loading docks, and the loading docks are directly across, I believe, directly across the river from. There's the headquarters of Eastman, and then there's the river, and the river splits off two ways, and there's a bunch of loading docks and train things.
Oh, it doesn't take a psychic to know the outcome of that. Headstones and headlights. It definitely does not take a psychic to know the outcome of that. I can promise you. Here, let me do a quick reading. Hold on, folks. Having a meltdown on a stream and claiming that she won a lawsuit when all of the documentation says she lost. Yeah, that's my prediction.
And I'm going to try to get the map on here. Otherwise, I just uploaded one anyway.
But it's like near the office building, and then I'm seeing one where it's like loading docks and the river across from the loading docks. I don't see any ravine there.
now she's just taking shit out of the movie Taken. Listen to me very carefully. They're going to take you. I need you to pay attention to every single detail. Every detail. The sound of the voice. Listen to the sound of the kidnapper's voice.
So I'm confused. That's okay. But I am seeing comments on the bushes.
Okay, let's see what this is about.
I'm back by the river across from the loading docks that are closest
Don't fall
to the
over.
airport. If the airport's on the other side of the river, but you know, it's not right there, but I see it like from the river and I see it from those loading docks. Okay, so I'm there again. I'm really going to where there's some big interchange in the freeway. Where you cross the border.
So there's a freeway.
See that?
Riveting.
I'm talking about the loading docks, and then I'm just switched right over into going by the border, which is, I think, when she was alive at some point, she was brought up near Bristol. But that's not where she ended up. It doesn't sound like.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. 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 I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super.
Nicole, thank you so much. Hey, Will, hope you are well. Is this a reading? I'm late. As she sees it, yeah, it's a reading. But it's a reading that she did before and recorded herself, but because I'm assuming because she can't remember what she was saying, because we just saw her take a big old swig of fucking whiskey. I'm assuming that she's only going over what she recorded before because she can't remember.
An angle
Thank you so much,
towards
Nicole.
the
Appreciate
tip of
it.
the state into this area, and I got chills. I remember alive when she was brought there, so I felt like Summer was brought in that direction, and she looks scared.
He's
like
killing
she
it with
does
the
not
mic,
know who
dude.
these
Like,
people are.
this is fantastic.
Okay, so that's something to know too. Is whoever facilitated all this, whoever took part along this chain of events, at some point she's with strangers. She does not know them, right? She's terrified. She was terrified. These people, she didn't know them.
This is so.
And you know what? They didn't
up.
even refer to her as a person. They called her the package. It's that bad. It's disgusting. There's some disgusting, sick pigs who are in
and it's coming straight from your fucking imagination. So who's the sick fucking pig? Exactly. Who's the sick pig here? Because you have no evidence of this. And you even started your stream saying, just because I'm saying it and because I had a vision, it doesn't make it true. So who's the sick pig here? Because these are not things that come to my mind. Not at all. I don't sit here and search for ideas of what happened to Summer because I have no idea. I have no idea. It's not my place to theorize. It's none of your business. It's not your place. I mean, I'm not saying it's none of your business. I'm saying it's not your place to theorize. It's not your place to speculate, especially when you have nothing, no basis to speculate off of. All we know is Summer was there and then she wasn't. That is literally all we know. And it seems to be all law enforcement knows right now.
Our society who are not just the lowlifes we know about, but they are people that have respect of others, people that have college degrees, people that have worked hard, and they enjoy watching little children be slaughtered. And I'm halfway tempted to just, but I think it would come back on me. So here, let's.
It already is.
Right here.
It already is.
She has a little teddy bear with her. Or at least right now, as I see her in spirit, could be. Seems like there's a lot of people coming in. And then before, something I didn't put up to was seem like a few people.
For real. Yeah. The stuff that you don't even know if it's real, it's real. It's real. Apparently. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have never thought anything could be worse than Tylee Ryan, and something is worse. If that's what I saw was true, it's worse than that. It's worse than we already know. But here's locations again. Here's another one for location.
You just said that it
makes
wasn't...
me feel like crying.
I'm seeing a wall.
Jesus Christ.
There's a brick wall or something. Tumble down. It's like not where people normally walk. Because they were able to roll, I mean, you know, whether it's a box or a barrel or whatever.
This is about the location of the remains.
Barrel. Along the track where the boat goes. And then there's a bridge coming up, a big bridge.
This is just about a helicopter, but you wouldn't get it.
Oh, so there's a helicopter now too.
And a helicopter goes down.
Right.
Anyway,
so far.
Okay, and then here's one more about location.
Yeah, and now there's a helicopter,
This is
Tracy.
the last one.
Now there's a
and
helicopter.
I'm going to see if I can get the map, and if not, I'll just see if there's any questions.
Overpass. I'm seeing the overpass, but I'm seeing the underneath part of the overpass again.
Okay, so what's going on is in that reading, it goes back and forth between showing me clues about the location, showing me murder so graphic that I had nightmares for 8 straight days. Now, I couldn't even barely emotionally function for about a week. And because I've seen this Ryan guy go actually look, I listened to it again. Let's see if I can it just definitely seems to work for me.
Oh, God.
The bottom line, I uploaded a map, okay? Like 10 minutes ago. So the other 2 maps have things that happened all during this crime. Thank you. They have things that happened all during this. And this map I uploaded like 10 minutes ago because I can't, I am just not good with these electronic programs. I wish I had help. But you can go back and look at that. And I would start. There's a train bridge that's not even being used that has a chain link fence in front of it, but it doesn't say no trespassing. It's in that map video. I just uploaded 10 minutes ago. I would start there. I would go along that river. I would look on every island, every single island. They probably took like a hollow log or something and moved it over on there. But then again, you have to remember anything could be a name. So what if something's a name? And then on the map I just put up, which is really interesting, that one train bridge that's not being used is right next to a little cemetery. It's called Light Cemetery. And
oh my goodness.
Then then there.
All right. Okay. Okay. Let's explore.
There's a road that just goes up from that and through Bays Mountain, and it's called Horse something. Like, so if I was there, that's not psychic to say where she is, because all this is just applied. There's the reading. There's clips from the reading. But I can hardly think. I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. Like, it makes me so mad. And, you know, before I looked on the FBI, website where you could submit a tip, but it didn't even look like the FBI was in on this case. And let's get real. Have you ever seen a case like this where the FBI wasn't asked to help?
The FBI is helping. What are you talking about?
I don't even think she's on the FBI website. The FBI, as far as I know, has not been called in.
No.
You might want to ask yourself that. Why? Oh yeah, Darren. Darren's the money man. Oh yeah, I see all those people. I don't know who.
So Donna, I gotta ask you. I don't understand. Why don't you know that you have all this other information, right? You have all this other information, and Summer right now has been taken, you know, to a river, and she's been taken all over these different places, and now she's near a cemetery that's located in Kingsport, Tennessee. I just Googled it. But you don't even know that the FBI has been involved in this case since the start? You didn't know that? Why didn't you know that, Donna? I don't understand why you didn't know that.
I'm retarded?
That makes sense. Now I know. Got it. Okay.
I know who he is, but I know who a couple of them are. I know a few of them.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It just makes me sick. It makes me sick. I'm sorry for flipping out. I know I'm just going to have to hang up and cut that out. But I'm just going to pray and then probably try to get out of the house for a minute.
You'll get sympathy.
So I just did this so that Ryan could get some
sympathy.
ideas from that. And I have, I'm just going to pray. So, dear God, I pray that you expose this evil. I exposed it to the top. Expose it all the way back to where it comes from. Please expose the evil that would take innocent children and expose people who would enjoy inflicting trauma and murder. You know, do you think there's anything worse in the whole planet than hurting children? I don't think there's anything worse.
Yo, lady,
I don't think there's anything.
You didn't even say amen. God didn't even hear your prayer because you fucking jumped from your prayer to another drunken thought.
Worse than harming children. And I just pray for Summer. I pray for her soul. I pray that she's surrounded by angels. And I just pray that these people, whether they just get their karma, I pray regardless of what happens, if it means falling down on their face, if it means being exposed, I just pray that they just get what's coming to them. I pray that they're exposed. But what I'll say is, think of the highest levels of disgusting, the highest levels of things that you would think. You see, when they do this, the trauma in the blood, and you've heard about that. And then there's
lady.
That
okay. Hold on real quick. Leslie Kohler gifted 5 more memberships. Wow, thank you, Leslie Kohler. Let's see who got. Aunt Mary's Love Shack. Oh shit. Lisa Oldhams, thank you so much. You're welcome. Congrats, Aunt Mary. Angel Tingle Bar, and Kenda, and Kendra Mwah. Congrats, guys.
The fresh blood from the protein helps the demonics. It will help anyone, but it helps the spirit side manifest stronger. And they have all these rituals around this. And that's what's occurred here with the people that are. And where I would start is probably directly across the street from the loading docks for Eastman, which are on that island. And I just uploaded a video like 10 minutes before I started this. I wanted to put these on here. I couldn't figure it out. It doesn't seem to work for me. Is there no sound again? Hopefully there's no sound when I was swearing. Okay, anyways.
Oh, there was sound.
Hopefully there's some other people out there along Kingsport that can go look with Ryan and see if they can find anything. Let's see. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't even know if the FBI has the power to stop this. I don't know. It's one of these things where you think, does this really exist? You know,
no.
If you ever hear about these things, does this really exist? Come on, does this really exist? Apparently it does. And yeah, Rhonda, Rhonda says you can't.
Okay, shut up for a second, lady. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So this is where the light cemetery is, right here. And I'm looking. I don't see a river. I don't see an island. I don't see anything like what she's talking about here. This is where the light cemetery is in Kingsport, Tennessee, folks. No river, no island, no docks. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? What in the shit are you talking about? Like, I mean, if you're going to come up with bullshit, like, at least do a little research to make your bullshit seem believable. Oh, Tracy Ann, I'm about to get to that, as a matter of fact. I'm about to get to that. Somebody just emailed me something here, so we're going to go over that in just a second.
Looked on the FBI. I looked on the FBI website where you could submit a tip, but it didn't even look like the FBI was in on this case. And
yeah, they are stupid.
Have you ever seen a case like this where the FBI wasn't asked to help?
We just went over this. Is this anything
Does
that I
the
haven't seen
FBI
yet?
have to be asked by local law enforcement?
Or she cut it
Because
out.
if so, this case will never be solved.
Oh.
Sorry. Fuck you.
Oh my God, this is fucking gold, bro. Oh my God. Thank you to the person who sent this to me. I don't want to like say them here, but they emailed me this this link. Oh my God. We got to see that one more time, folks. There's another 10 minutes of this.
Does the FBI have to be asked by local law enforcement? Because if so, this case will never be solved. Sorry. Fuck you. Fuck all murderers. Fuck every person that hurts children. Fuck you, Eddie Eastman. Fuck you in Washington, D.C. Fuck all of you. Not you guys. Not you guys. Watching. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. Sorry. What I saw was murder that people came to watch for a horrible reason.
Holy fuck.
And they are people that would have either like a limo or they would have
wow, lady. We gotta I'm gonna start that. I
kind of car with flags on it.
The kind of car with what the fuck are you talking about,
What's
lady?
that, a politician? I don't know. But that's the kind of people that came.
What?
To watch.
Let's start this one more time, folks.
Like, it makes me so mad. And you know,
it was the president. It was the president. The president kidnapped Summer or bought Summer. Nice.
I looked on the FBI website where you could submit a tip, but it didn't even look like the FBI was in on this case.
Bro, the FBI have been involved in this case since June of 2021. It's a fact. Like, they have been directly involved. I promise, lady.
And let's get real. Have you ever seen
do
a
that.
Case like
let's do that. Let's get real. Let's get real. Let's do that.
This, where the FBI wasn't asked to help.
Oh my God, dude.
Does the FBI have to be asked by local law enforcement?
Oh my God, y'all are killing me, dude.
Because if so, this case will never be solved. Sorry. Fuck you. Fuck all murders. Fuck every person that hurts children. Fuck you, Eddie Eastman. Fuck you in Washington, D.C. Fuck all of you. Not you guys. Not you guys watching. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. Sorry.
Wow.
What I saw was murder that people came to watch for a horrible reason, and they are people that would have either like a limo or they would have the kind of car with flags on it. What's that? A politician?
It was Biden.
I don't know.
It was Biden. Biden totally bought
But that's
Summer.
the kind of people
Great.
that came to watch and partake. I am so angry right now. I am so sorry that I swore. I probably have to cut this out.
Internet's forever, lady. Yeah, get that booger. There you go.
If even the state law enforcement is the only ones looking at this, it will never be solved. It might be solved if someone comes across her body and then there's no choice and then there's some fall guys. These type of people are the type of people that go to Ivy League colleges and think it's entertainment to watch a child traumatized, screaming and dying. That's what this ended up being.
Dude, lady. The only thing entertaining right now is watching you drunk as shit going on a rant, proving to the world, by the way, that you know shit about this case. You don't know anything. Like, I mean, if you're gonna try to convince people that you care so much about this child, at least learn the facts of the case. And there aren't many. This is why I'm criticizing her for this, because there aren't many facts. There's just a few. Like, it's real easy. It's real easy. I don't understand why she thinks that this is productive in any way, shape, or form.
If my vision's right, you know, and hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not. And I hope you get what you need from me saying this, because I'll have to probably edit that out, but I'll leave it up for a few minutes. I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Does anybody have any questions?
Lady. Does anybody have any questions? I got questions.
Yeah,
I got a ton of
if
questions.
you think someone's involved, then he probably is.
I got so many questions.
Local ALE is never going to solve this. I don't even know if TBI could solve this. Like, who is under the jurisdiction of the governor? Who?
Wow.
Why is the FBI not on this case? Like, we've seen them spend
They are, you drunken
millions,
idiot.
Millions. How many millions did they spend on Gabby Petito? Oh, because she went overseas. Well, you know what?
Wow.
This child ended up trafficked, tortured, and dead.
Wow. Lady,
by
you're an
people
asshole.
who know better.
You are an asshole.
And do it. And she probably happened on the 21st. So, okay, the whole disappearance happened.
Leslie Kohler, I just got your PayPal. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Happens on June 15th. And June 21st, summer solstice, if you're a demonic worshiper, demon worshiper,
what?
You're gonna want a sacrifice for that day.
Oh my God.
So if you're trying to track down who might be involved, see who was busy on the 21st. Try to locate where they were.
Okay, where who was?
I know.
What are you talking about?
I'm a little intense. I'm so sorry. I just a little intense. I'm so sorry. I know. I'm a little intense. I'm so I know. I'm a little intense. I know. I'm a little intense. I'm so sorry. I just
Oh my God, lady, you're killing me right now.
I wish I could tell you more.
Holy shit.
I don't even think she's on the FBI website. FBI, as far as I know, has not been called in.
Because as
you
far
might
as you
want to
know,
ask yourself
literally
that.
since June
Why?
of 2 years ago. Since she went missing, the FBI have been involved.
Darren, he's the money. Darren's the money man. Oh yeah, I see all those people.
For those of you who haven't really followed the Summer Wells case from the beginning, I can tell you this. Tracy Ann can confirm, and many of you already know. There are limited resources in Rogersville, Tennessee. Okay. Very limited resources from Hawkins County, very limited resources from the TBI. Okay. Knowing this, local law enforcement brought in the FBI. Knowing this, because of their limited resources, it was absolutely a priority from the beginning to find Summer. From the beginning, it was a massive priority. So no, local law enforcement didn't go, no, we don't need help from the FBI. They said, yes, please, we need help from the FBI. Any help is going to be what we need. Any help available, we'll take it. Anything. Anything. This lady has no fucking idea what she's talking about.
Oh. I don't know who he is, but I know who a couple of them are.
Please tell us.
I know a few of them. It just makes me sick. It makes me sick. I'm sorry for flipping out. I know I'm just gonna have to hang up and cut that out.
Hang up. Like she's on a phone call.
But I'm just gonna pray and then probably try to get out of the house for a minute. So I just did this so that Brian could
who the fuck is Brian?
Try to get some ideas from that, and I have I'm just going to pray. So, dear God, I pray that you expose this evil. I expose it to the top. Expose it all the way back to where it comes from. Please expose the evil that would take innocent children and expose the people who would enjoy inflicting trauma and murder. You know, do you think there's anything worse in the whole planet than hurting children? I don't think there's anything worse. I don't think there's anything worse than harming children.
We all know that. We
And
all feel the same way, lady. Ironically, you're harming a child right now by getting thousands of people to believe that this child is dead with absolutely no evidence and putting ideas in their minds that she was tortured and trafficked when there's literally no evidence of this at all. Destroying the hope that people have that that little girl will come home someday. Idiot.
I just pray for Summer. I pray for her soul. I pray that she's surrounded by angels.
Oh my God, lady. You are such an asshole.
And I just pray that these people, whether they just get their karma, I pray regardless of what happens, if it means falling down on their face, if it means being
yeah, but that just makes her that much more of a fucking asshole, you know, Tracy Ann. It just makes her that much more of an asshole. You know, I get that she suffered loss. That's I understand that. Everybody has suffered loss to some degree. And I'm not saying that, you know, losing a child, I don't know what that's like. God forbid. I can't even imagine what that's like. No matter what age the child is, I can't imagine what that's like. But that's no excuse for using a missing child to grift off of and make people believe that she suffered a similar outcome that your daughter did. I mean, that's terrible. I feel bad that she lost her child. Absolutely. But that's not an excuse for what she's doing here. Like, she sounds like she needs fucking AA or whatever the fuck, you know, because I mean, and again, I'm not judging anybody for drinking. I mean, I like to drink from time to time, but one thing I'm never going to do, you'll never see me do, and I've never done, is cover a missing persons case under the influence. I've never done that, and I will never do that. Never. I want to be of the sharpest mind I can be to put out the information necessary and hopefully instill some hope in my listeners that this child can be found. I don't understand what her logic here is, what is justifiable in her mind to do this. Just because you suffered loss does not give you the excuse to try to make everybody else feel like there's no hope. That's fucking crazy to me. Southwest 4x4 Explorers, thank you so much. Per the Bible, is no sin greater than another. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Exposed. I just pray that they just get what's coming to them.
Jesus Christ.
I
Lady.
pray that they're exposed. But what I'll say is, think of the highest levels of disgusting, the highest levels of things that you would think. You see, when they do this, the trauma in the blood, and you've heard about that, and then there's the fresh blood
Jesus
from the
Christ,
protein helps the demonics.
What?
It will help anyone, but it helps the spirit side manifest stronger. And they have all these rituals around this. And that's what's occurred here with people that are like way high up. Way high. And it's not going to get solved by local law enforcement because these people could get those people fired. Let's get real. I don't even know how much jurisdiction TBI has, or if they work.
I can tell you right now, TBI has statewide jurisdiction. That's why they're the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. It stands for Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. It is statewide jurisdiction, and the FBI have national jurisdiction. Hell, even to some degree, global jurisdiction. To some degree. So, and yes, the FBI is involved. Despite the misinformation that you're spreading here, the FBI is involved. Idiot.
For the governor. I don't know why the FBI is not involved in this case. Do you? Does anybody? Do any of you know? And I'm sorry when I said F you, I wasn't talking to anyone watching this. I was talking to the
Go to
people
bed,
who
lady.
did this
Jesus
summer.
fuck.
It's horrifying. And where I would start is probably directly across the street from the loading docks for Eastman, which are on that island. And I just uploaded a video like 10 minutes before I started this. I wanted to put these on here.
I wanted to go live right after I uploaded the video to make sure that I could promote it, because pre-recorded videos don't get as many views as live streams. So I just wanted to make sure I got those views.
Can't figure it out. It doesn't seem to work for me. Is there no sound again?
Is there? I don't know if there's sound.
When I was swearing. Okay. Anyways.
Hold on. I need another drink. Oh, fuck. This doesn't. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Hopefully there's some other people out there along Kingsport that can go look with Ryan.
Okay, so Ryan is some dude that's investigating the shit
see
independently.
if they can find anything. Let's see. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't even know if the FBI has the power to stop this. I don't know.
Who has the power to stop
one
you?
of these things where you think, does this really exist? You know, if you ever hear about these things, does this really exist? Come on, does this really exist? Apparently it does.
According to my visions.
And yeah, Rhonda says you can't keep the FBI from being involved, but I think there's actually a protocol where local law enforcement has to ask them, or it has to be a kidnapping.
Which was done.
And they have to, you know, have proof that she was taken across state lines. I think. I don't know either. I just know I went to submit a tip before and
wasting resources. Thank you for that, by the way.
Summer wasn't even on their website.
Well, she went on the website. Didn't see Summer on the website. That's her research.
How was
Tracy Ann.
she chosen?
People encourage this shit with donations. It's insane. This lady's a published author.
It goes pretty high up. Imagine
every time I see these fucking idiots with published books, dude, it makes me go, why haven't I written a book? Like, I should just fucking write a book. I got time. You know what I mean? Like, it blows my mind. Like, I see the dumbest fucking people get published. It's crazy to me. Like, what?
Imagine how high you can put that. What kind of person drives a sedan with flags on it?
Because that's how that went down, right? A real high-profile politician with a motorcade, a fucking motorcade, because, I mean, no limousine with flags on it is driving around without a motorcade, right? And, you know, they just decided to traffic a child with flags on the car. They didn't go and get some rando to pay some other rando to pay another one to rent a car or steal a car in order to pull off this crime that is completely untraceable. So, you know, I mean, somebody in the Biden administration or somebody working for the governor or the governor himself just decided to scoop up Summer in their government issued vehicle where they're driving around with fucking Secret Service as protection. Lady, this is unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. I love your logic. This is great.
I mean, you know, I would go looking along that river. That's what I would do. I hope that helped. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of went off the edge a little bit.
Jesus, lady.
But
You're a fucking mess.
the FB card team was involved. I don't know. How can we get the Ryan guy, he has his own channel. It's called Brian Seeks Truth, I believe. There he is. Brian finds truth. Brian finds truth. So he's living over there and
Wow. Riveting stuff. Riveting stuff. Wow. Sorry, I was muted. Still got a little bit of coffee left. It was both. Thank you, Southwest 4x4 Explorers. It was both. It was both. So now I saw some stuff on Twitter. This is unrelated, but you know, I feel like we have to talk about it. All right, so SF Investigates tagged Burnt Toast in this on Twitter. Yes, we're going to talk about this. So SF Investigates posts, Bullhorn Betty used a stolen video on her show and received 2 copyright strikes. Now, this is the video, before I continue, this is the video that well, Bullhorn Betty claims that she was struck by JLR. Which JLR, I mean, I'm not a fan of JLR, but he had nothing to do with this shit. But Mama She, thank you so much. I will say that as a crime victim in Tennessee, there is no justice, I guess you're trying to say. And yes, all locals are dirty and cover for each other. Firsthand experience. Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So yeah, she's blaming JLR for her channel being temporarily disabled, which is just really fucking funny. And yeah, she's basically losing it. She's basically losing it. And it says here, let's see, Bullhorn Betty used a stolen video on her show and received 2 copyright strikes. The video was shot and is owned by a witness I interviewed in a case. An interview BHB claimed was against law enforcement wishes. Wrong. And that I'm unlicensed in Tennessee. Wrong. Now BHB has sent threats to the witness demanding the strikes be removed or face consequences. I am not sure if this is a YouTube terms of service violation. Doesn't YouTube have a means of appealing a strike? If these are not valid strikes, then why doesn't she use the system that YouTube has in place? Why threaten this young woman? Good point. So let's see what this says here. This is so apparently the person who actually made the video and struck Bullhorn Betty's channel is receiving this email from Bullhorn Betty, and it says here, I know people are talking you into stuff, but they are not your friend. What you did was wrong, and you need to remove those strikes. Wow. Because that's going to be effective, Betty. Smart. If they aren't removed within 3 business days, I will be filing suit against you for damages. I am already in suit with another person, so please don't think I will drive there tomorrow to put an injunction against you filing malicious claims of copyright. I don't want to cause you any more problems, but you do not need to be your problem. Do the right thing. If not, I will come after you legally. Please realize these people are not your friends, and they are using you for content. You should cooperate with LE, but I am allowed to show you are not. God bless and Merry Christmas. Dude, okay. We all know those 2 words, fair use. I'll save you the trouble of having to type it in chat. We all know those terms, but I don't think it applies. I think that she just thinks that it applies because she added music over what was being done there. She just stole the video and posted it. And in the process, lied about SF Investigates interfering with law enforcement investigating a missing person. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That's just plain untrue. And then there's this next email. Actually, you guys got to give me 1 second here, okay? Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, I imagine most of you have already read what was on the screen, but I'm going to go ahead and read it anyway. Also, how do you think it looks to the cops? I mean, she just keeps emailing this lady. Also, how do you think it looks to the cops that you are trying to silence me? I am the only one that is out there in the woods looking for Layla. Okay, again, totally false. SF Investigates himself actually organized a search, and when I say organized, I mean an organized search, because he is a certified search and rescue, whatever you call it, person. But he's certified in search and rescue, and he wasn't even under the employ anymore of Layla's family, and organized this search to help find her. So the only person who actually did any real searching was SF Investigates, and the volunteers that he was able to recruit. Betty did not do this. Betty went out there, filmed a little bit of herself standing in the woods, pointing to the hotel that was nearby, and called it searching. We went over this. So it goes on to say, I thought she was your friend. You are destroying a person for what? Because of a PI and her dad whom you don't even know or met, and I'm working with Jen, her mother, in all caps, and you are trying to silence me. Okay. Right there is a red flag. Okay. Let me explain to you a little more about the Layla Santinello case and what's going on. For those of you who don't know, her father and stepmother are the ones who actually reported Layla missing. They hired Chloe as a private detective, and Steve Fisher, SF Investigates, volunteered to help with the search. And he was also under her father and stepmother's employ to help find her, Layla. And then he dropped off the case for reasons that I won't go into, but he dropped off the case. And even after he dropped off the case, as I just stated earlier, he organized a search. And it's a big red flag, folks. It's a big red flag, and I'll tell you why, what she just said there. Because one thing that was absolutely fact, without going into more detail than I absolutely need to, one thing that is absolutely fact is that all the private investigators, because Layla's mother also hired her own private investigator, okay? And all of these private investigators were working together in concert to help find Layla. They were not in competition with each other in any way, shape, or form. They were not in any way, shape, or form in competition with each other. Okay? This is a fact. So this right here is an indication that Bullhorn Betty is part of the problem in this investigation. This right here is absolutely an indication that she is part of the problem when it comes to why this investigation is not going well. And I promise you, folks, based on what I know, which will be revealed later, she is absolutely part of the problem. This case is fucked up right now. The investigation is fucked up right now. Seems like odd behavior, she goes on to say. Please remove the strikes and don't let them use you. You won't take my channel, but you will piss me off. You don't want me upset, especially if you are not cooperating with LE. Do the right thing. Okay, so here she is threatening this poor person who has a missing friend. Yeah, this is crazy. And now she sends a third email to this person. How does it look when you are more concerned about me when your friend is missing and you are playing these games? It seems to me when you have officers knocking at your door to find... Hold on. Seems to me when you have officers knocking at your door to find the whereabouts of your friend, in all caps, you are more concerned about me taking a video you put in the public square and making a video. I am keeping law enforcement in the loop about this odd behavior you are displaying. It seems to me your priorities are misplaced. I mean, this is the epitome of projection here, folks. This is not going to go away for you playing these games. And like I said, the people that are guiding you, you need to ask yourself, are you benefiting from this or are they? What are you benefiting from this? What does my channel have to do with you? Who approached you to do this? Maybe we could help each other. I am in a lawsuit with a creator. Oh, this should be fucking wonderful. I am in a lawsuit with a creator, and I believe this is because of that lawsuit. Wow. Would you be willing to talk to me about that? Like I said, I am a good person and likable. I don't want problems with you, and you certainly don't want problems with me. I am just trying to find out why this is going on. I hope you do the right thing, and more importantly, please don't trust the PI. He has ulterior motives, and he doesn't care if he hurts you in the process. If you must learn that on your own, then fine. But your common sense has to kick in at some point. I love Betty telling people to have common sense. That's just fun. To kick in at some point, do you really think that they are keeping you this close because they think you are helpful? It is because they are keeping you talking and they are using you in the process. Come on, even you are smarter than this. If you must learn that on your own, then fine. But the comments is okay. That's the bottom line here is just saying I would really like you to remove these strikes, but I will deal with if I must. It's just not. It's so funny to me. It's not in her nature in the slightest bit. It is not in her nature at all to simply just ask nicely. She has to throw in a threat. She has to throw in a threat. It's so funny to me that she has to throw in a threat. She has to come off as intimidating. It's like a tick inside her that just has to mechanize. It's so insane. And then there's another one. Then there's another one, folks. So what do you do with Layla? After she got a hot package, did you throw it out of the car and into a garbage can or on the side of the road? Where did you put her, Kira? Seems like you're trying to distract something from yourself, but that's okay. So here we are. She's now accusing this girl of murder when there's nothing at all public to indicate that this girl is no longer still alive. No evidence, nothing. Again, already jumping to the conclusion. So this friend of hers, she's accusing of murder and disposing of a body. Seems like you're trying to distract something from yourself, but that's okay. You don't need to reach out to me anymore. I'll let law enforcement deal with you. And let me tell you, if I find out you did something to Layla, I'll be seeing you at the courthouse each and every time. No, I mean, maybe standing outside because you won't get in, but you're too lazy to stand outside. You'll go back to your hotel room and stay there. So, yeah. Let's see if there's any more. And then apparently Kira responded here and states, I'm ready to face you in court. Don't waste your time on an injunction. You won't get it. Let's get straight to the point about copyright. It's about ownership, and I unequivocally own the video I recorded in my home. It was never posted online. I shared it privately with a few individuals, yet it ended up in your possession through Trish, facilitated by Jen being Layla's mother. You've blatantly uploaded a video you obtained illegally, infringing on my copyright. This isn't a trivial matter. The only thing left to determine is the extent of damages you owe me for this infringement. I suggest you consider proposing a substantial settlement figure, as this is a serious legal violation. Regarding your claim that I'm being used by others for content, let's set the record straight. It's actually you who's exploiting my content. Hold on, sorry. You're using my material and by extension, using me in a desperate attempt to cling to whatever shreds of relevance you think you have. Get her. Also, Merry Christmas. It seems like you'll need the good wishes, all the good wishes you could get. Regards, Kira. Yes, I love it. Kira, thank you. Good.
Motherfucker.
Hold on, that was an accident, but hold on. Let's get her a little more Oh my goodness. And the thread just keeps going on and on and on. And then she responds. And then she responds, by the way, just in your response, I know for a fact you are not Kira. You are somebody working on behalf of SF Investigates, Bert, Toast, and Queen Bee. And I'm going to prove it in a court of law. The real Kira does not have an education that was just displayed in that email. Wow. Betty, you're killing me right now. And then Kira responded, looks like, seeing that you spelled my name wrong, I don't think you should be speaking on my education or intelligence. I'd appreciate it if you would stop emailing me. My strikes against you are going to stay where they are, regardless of how many times you try to harass me. If you don't think you're speaking to the real Kira, then please just follow through with me taking me to court. I'm sorry that you couldn't comprehend my last email. I tried not to use any big words this time. I'll see you in court, like you said. Oh my God. Again. We need that again. Okay. Yeah, that is so much fun. Let's see. More replies. Let's see. I mean, I'm not going to show all of the replies, but yeah. Okay. So that's that. So that's more lol suit drama. I mean, I don't know where Betty gets, like, I mean, how is she not learning? I mean, I guess it's going to take her epic fail result from the lawsuit against Queen Bee that is going to show that she shouldn't be going around suing people. But I feel like that's not going to be enough. I feel like she's still going to, like I said earlier, she's going to act as though she won the lawsuit, even though she's totally going to lose it. And she's going to just delude herself into believing that she has won this. And then she's going to go and try and file another lawsuit. And then she's going to end up just like fucking JLR. She's going to end up charged with a fucking crime for abusing the court system to bully people. And then she's not going to be allowed to ever file a lawsuit again. And I hope this happens. I just don't hope that people who don't deserve to get sued continue to get sued by this idiot. That's the most annoying thought, is that she just always just goes right to, okay, I'm going to sue. What? Like, she's absolutely right. And I mean, and Queen Bee, there's nothing to indicate that Queen Bee had anything to do with her channel getting stricken. There's nothing to indicate that JLR had anything to do with her channel getting struck. I mean, so it's totally frivolous, Danielle. The entire lawsuit is totally frivolous. It's bullshit. And for that reason, Queen Bee is countersuing. Now I don't know if Queen Bee will win the countersuit. She probably will, because the lawsuit, as I said, is absolutely frivolous. That would be Betty's side of the lawsuit, not Queen Bee's. But also, now the only thing that I saw Queen Bee do on Twitter was tag Team YouTube for going on her alt channel, because I guess Queen Bee was under the belief that if you have strikes against your channel, you can't stream on another platform. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true. Could be. I don't know. But that's the most that I've seen Queen Bee actually do as far as intervening in any of Bullhorn Betty's business whatsoever. That's all I saw was her tag Team YouTube on Twitter. That's it. Saying, can somebody stream from another platform or from another channel if they're not allowed to stream from their current their main channel. So yeah. Let's let's take a look real quick at something here, folks. Just for fun. Because I got a little bit more coffee left. Why not? Before I go to the gym. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, give me a second. Okay, why isn't this working? My internet's like really slow right now for some reason. Don't make fun of Betty's. You're right. I should never make fun of Betty's Law and Order degree. I'm sorry, Betty. Betty's laying down the law. And hold on a second. Let's see. All right. This is her alt channel. I don't know if she's had any like meltdowns lately or what, but it must be chapping her ass that she can't even break 1,000 views on most of her streams. And I'm guessing by this one having the most views, she probably had a meltdown.
Any state prosecutor.
What?
Welcome to the movie.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up.
Until Christmas. I don't know what's going on with my head and why I'm getting so many things. Let me just put this up. Maybe that'll help. Maybe looking like the Unabomber might help with the
Or
we'll be the Unabomber today.
Or
I hope
you could maybe go easy on the fucking bleach. I don't know.
everybody's doing great this wonderful Friday. It's nice to see you, my beautiful Sonia. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Guidance. Hey, Guidance. Good morning. Good morning. Look, so Lori Lowe is out of town. So if you want to, I don't know if you want to or not, I got to get a bunch of packages over to the church. I still got to reach out to the pastor, and we need to separate the gifts. I mean, the gifts are separated. I got Grayson's stuff, but we need to make sure that when we pack everything up, like Manatee County gifts for everybody versus Grayson gifts are separated so we don't get them confused. So if you want to come, I could use the help. Just thought I'd throw that out there. If not, I'll take care of it. It's no big deal. It's not the first time I've had to, set up cameras, pull into a parking lot and unload stuff, by myself. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it taken care of. I don't know why that's doing that, but it's doing it. It's driving me nuts. Who else do we have? It's me, Jen. I tell you what, Jen's got me addicted to this Keurig, and now I think I might have retired my coffee pot. I don't know. I don't know yet. I gotta tell you, it's so much more convenient. I gotta tell you.
Bro, Jesus Christ, lady, a Keurig? Like, yeah. Welcome to the 2020s.
And if you guys want to buy Bullhorn Betty some coffee, I made sure I put my K-Cups on the wish list. I have disabled Grayson's wish list because we can't purchase anymore on there.
Like, sometimes a Keurig is more convenient because you just want a coffee. You want coffee by the cup. But see, I drink coffee by the pot, bro. If you haven't noticed, I'm on my second pot of coffee since this live stream started. And I still got like almost half a pot left. So, I mean, I could get a Keurig, but it's not going to work for me.
On there, I want to say we put 10 gift cards down. We weren't going to do gift cards for the mom, but we didn't know what she wanted. We didn't know what size she was. And we wanted her to do something nice for herself. We put $250 of cards on that list. And we were just hoping to have anything over $100. And I got to tell you, we got 5 of those cards. That's $125.
Shut up, nobody cares.
So there is that. So we're going to be going through this again. We're ready for an entire day. Why don't you find out how to uplift somebody for an entire day?
Okay, here we
like,
go.
This person's eager to get out of that 7-Eleven parking lot. You know what you do? Put the brake on, let that man out. That's what you can do. Act of kindness for a perfect stranger. Act of kindness for a perfect stranger. Try it sometime. I promise you, for all the people out there that are doing horrible things and being very negative Nancy's out there, you know what? Today's a great day. It's the season. It's Christmas time. It's time for you to wake up in a happy mood. It's time for you to sit there and think, what can I do to be kind to somebody else today? And you know what? You go out there and let that be your mission for the day. Instead of trying to figure out how to tear down.
I love it. I love it. How do I uplift somebody today? Oh, you know what? I'll fucking blast them with emails and threats in the emails. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll just blast them with fucking threats via email. That's what I'll do to uplift someone.
Down somebody for an entire day. Why don't you find out how to uplift somebody for an entire day? That's what I'm talking about. All right. Philosophy of Betty. So, guys, it is with disheartening news that it appears that we have another missing girl from Kingsport, Tennessee, and she's older.
Here we go.
She's older. Our last 2 have been 20 when she went missing, and she had a birthday while she was missing, which is Layla Santinella. She's now 21. She hasn't been seen or heard from since. Then we had Holland Snap. A little more hopeful for her, but with the, I don't know what those, I haven't heard back from the law enforcement related to the videos that I sent over. I can't tell you that they were downloaded. So, and I had to send my driver's license over to him.
Bro, lady. Please, sweet dear baby Jesus, let Betty start saying that there is a serial killer in Kingsport. Please let her try to spin that narrative. Please, dear sweet baby Jesus. Amen.
I don't know if it means anything. I really don't. But with Holland's case, the one thing I was thinking of is after reading the reports and everything, it appeared that, the family of Holland was trying to get a hold of Holland, and Holland wasn't, had not been picking up her phone. And the family had been calling, like the last time they spoke to her, I believe, this is just going off my mind, so do your own research. December 2nd, I want to believe that it was December 2nd that they had actually physically spoke to her or seen her or something like that, Holland. And this is just going off memory. And by the 15th, they had been calling her, and she was not answering the phone. So they had been calling her for, I don't know how long. Did they just try her that day? Had they been trying to get a hold of her for a week? Or whatever the situation may be, okay? Either way, they were trying to call her, and she was not answering the phone. So on the 15th, excuse me, on October 15th, they decide to go and report her missing. So I believe it was the stepmom or the foster mom. She's got 3 different moms here. She's got her biological mother that is in the picture right now. Okay, so she's got her biological mother. Then she has a foster mother. Foster mother is Leslie, and then she has her adoptive mother. So there's 3 moms that are really associated with this case. So you can imagine, at least we know that Holland was loved by a lot of beautiful ladies. Okay, even her mother, despite whatever the situation that brought Holland to the foster care system and into the adoption system. Either way, how that ever happened, it doesn't matter at this point. That has nothing to do with the fact that Holland's dead. And I do not want to club this lady over the head. About what happened in the childhood of Holland. At this point, we'll deal with that later. It has no significance in this particular matter at this time. And so she wasn't answering any phone calls. They called the law enforcement, and law enforcement goes out there that day and is able to determine that she was alive earlier that day. So that shows you right there that she had been avoiding her family or not answering her family or unable. It might not be that she did not want to talk to her family. There may be a situation where she couldn't. There's somebody controlling her. She is a very easily manipulated person. She's 19 years old. She's got she doesn't process things the same way. And so we're dealing with a personality or an education level of somebody that's about 9 years old. So we're talking about a significantly underdeveloped mentality, okay, to say the least. She's tiny, she's girl-like. It is in all fairness a predator's dream. I hate being so callous about it, but that's really that's really where my brain goes when I think of Holland.
Of course,
but she wasn't
it
talking
does.
to her parents before she was deemed missing. So that's a key factor for me as well, and why I think that the people that were saying that they seen her may hold water. Now, does that mean that's the case? No. There's enough here that also indicates something much more nefarious, something more domestic violence related, something where she's not here. The one thing that's giving me hope on the Holland case is the fact that she wasn't answering her phone, even when we know she was alive. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a lot of people out there that believe that she's dead and is telling the entire family that she's gone. And and don't we find it very, very odd? The people that came out, these are people that have been attacking this particular creator for 8 years. 8 years. And the first people that come out were this person's enemies. BT, first person to come out to bat against this particular creator, somebody that she has called a tragedy pimp for the last 2 years, and all of a sudden she's got his back.
Who's she talking about? Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Even say on this because of certain situations. So, you know, though there is that. So I'll keep my mouth shut about that. But I will fight it in the court system, and it will be all unveiled through that process.
Okay, hold on. I got to go back.
That were saying that they've seen her may hold water. Now, does that mean that's the case? No. Any phone calls, they call the law enforcement, and law enforcement goes out there that day and is able to determine that she was alive earlier that day. So that shows you right there that she had been avoiding her family or not answering her family or unable. You know, it might not be that she did not want to talk to her family.
Right. How the fuck do you know what the situation is? You don't know shit.
She is a very easily manipulated person. She's 19 years old. She's got she doesn't process things the same way. And so
you keep saying that
personality or
like, how do you know what she could process and how easily manipulated she is?
A significantly
What's
underdeveloped mentality, okay, to say the least. She's tiny, she's girl-like, you know. It is in all fairness a predator's dream. I hate being so callous about it, but that's really, you know, that's really where my brain goes when I think of Holland. But she wasn't talking to her parents before she was deemed missing. So that's a key factor for me as well, and why I think that the people that were saying that they've seen her may hold water. Now, does that mean that's the case? No. There's enough here that also indicates something much more nefarious, something more domestic violence related, something where she's not here. The one thing that's giving me hope on the Holland case is the fact that she wasn't answering her phone, even when we know she was alive. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a lot of people out there that believe that she's dead and is telling the entire family that she's gone, and they're looking for a recovered body. That's what some people are telling this family. On the other hand, I'm not there yet. Is that the case? It very well may find out, you know, when we went into that neighborhood.
Yeah, you're looking for a body every other time you go for a missing person. Got it.
Domestic violence related and was killed as a result of that domestic violence relation. You know, that initial assessment may very well pan out. I'm just saying that when I got my boots on the ground, my assessment changed greatly.
My boots on the ground
absolutely changed greatly because there was multiple people that said they saw her. A little thing that took the wind out of my sails a little bit was when I was speaking to Leslie, and she said that she heard there was another lady in the area that looks like Holland, but much taller, like a foot and a half taller than Holland. And so that's when it came back when I told you guys that I had not had an opportunity. I just forgot it. I didn't even ask whether, you know, what her height was to the people that I had asked. But either way, I sent the videos over. They have the people's faces that I was speaking to in those videos. Law enforcement can go speak to them directly. It's not for me to investigate the lead. I'm just out there searching for the person. And if I find out any information that might help locate the whereabouts of the person I'm searching for, I hand that information directly over to law enforcement and let them do their job. It is not for me to do that job. I know a lot of people say misinformation about this channel and what we do and how we cause problem in law enforcement. That's not absolutely untrue.
It's
just
totally true
around about this channel. And as you know, we're going to be correcting a lot of those lies as we move on, because obviously there is lies coming from a very specific camp. And those lies have caused me some major problems. And when you look back on it, and as I explain, you'll start seeing in all these comments, well, guess what? That came from someone that I'm in lawsuit with. Every single comment.
That is no, Betty, right here. Okay. Right here. The person that you're in a lawsuit with barely ever fucking talks about you, or barely talked about you before the lawsuit happened. Right here. Toast. I mean, like, no, like right here. Yeah. I have gone over your shit a million times and proven a million times, along with many other creators, have proven that you are so absolutely full of shit and that you absolutely interfere with ongoing investigations and have a negative impact on them. You absolutely do. And you do this consistently. You do this habitually.
Is, well, that's where that came from. 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 So I find it awfully odd that all this problem and all this misinformation is being peddled from one very specific or two very specific channels that are coordinating with each other in a concerted action. So, you know, and there are four, and I'm just going to throw this out there to everybody, and they can take it for what they, well, I can't, because I forget I'm being politically silenced. So there are a few things that I can't even, say on this.
What does being politically silenced have anything to do with what the fuck you're talking about right now? What the fuck do politics have anything to do with true crime? What the fuck do politics have anything to do with missing people? What the fuck do politics have anything to do with your bullshit lawsuit against another creator? Nothing. Nothing. What are you talking about? Silenced politically? You are not silenced politically. You don't talk about politics on your channel. You got strikes because you fucking stole a video from somebody, and that person is now struck your channel. Like you stole their content.
This because of certain situations. So, you know, though there is that. So I'll keep my mouth shut about that. But I will fight it in the court system, and it will be all unveiled through that process. I will tell you that what I'm finding out is a little more devious and twisted than I originally thought. You know what I truly think happened? And I'm just going to throw this out there, and people can clip it and do whatever they want. I truly think that these two people wanted to push me over the edge so far that I did something public here on my channel. I think it's that sick and twisted. I truly do.
What?
If you really want to know the truth about it, I think these people have been doing this to try to push me over the edge so far that I did something public here on my channel. I think it's that sick and twisted. I truly do.
What?
If you really want to know the truth about it, I think these people have been doing this to try to push me over the edge
fantastic.
in order to elicit some type of episode on here where I unalive myself. That's what I think that they've been trying to do.
What?
And that's why it's been so hard for the last 2 years, and why none of them will leave me alone, because they're waiting for that.
Okay. So now there's this elaborate conspiracy to drive Betty to the point to where she unalives herself. Betty, that's just ridiculous. That is just fucking ridiculous. Why? I can speak for myself. Can't speak for anybody else. Now, I call bullshit on that, but I can't speak to as far as what their motives are for why they review your content. But my motive for reviewing your content is to absolutely discredit you, because if you were to be taken seriously, what you do would have a negative effect. You would be dangerous. So what I do is I make sure to show the humorous side of what you do, because otherwise it would be tragic. What you do is absolutely dangerous if you were to be taken seriously. It's a good thing that nobody actually does really take you seriously. And so we make fun of you, and we make sure that people see the humorous side to your silliness. That's all we do. That's all I do anyway. I mean, I'm not trying to silence you. I'm not trying, God knows I'm not trying to get you to unalive yourself. I mean, I'm not even trying to get you to quit. I mean, you're my go-to. When I just want to hang out with my chat, let's go over some Betty, because you just can't go wrong. You can't fucking go wrong, because you're going to say the most outlandish, ridiculous shit that like you're doing right now. I mean,
for that epic moment. And I find that totally disgusting and totally sick, and quite frankly, highly disturbing. That's what I think is going on here. If you want me to know about, if you want to know the truth about it. And I'm going to try to find information related to that. When I came out here, I was telling the truth. I believe that some certain person was playing both sides of the fence. I believe that this certain person is working with this group.
You already talked about this certain person. We all know that you're talking about JLR. How stupid do you think people are? You already sat there and did a full-on fucking like bashing of JLR, whining about him and acting like he totally betrayed you and sabotaged you, and you even accused him of being behind the striking of your channel. What are you talking about? We all know you're talking about JLR, and you sound even crazier in this live stream making those accusations. I don't even like JLR. But what you're talking about is completely fucking wacky. What are you talking about?
A certain person that I can't, mention.
You already did.
Political pressure and all.
You said his secrets are
so
no longer
that's what
mine
I truly
to keep.
think is going on. So every time you guys listen to that, I want you to understand what you're truly supporting. I truly believe that that's what those two girls have been trying to do this entire time. And I've about had it. So if you want to know why we're in this suit and why you guys have been lied to and all this other stuff, I think you need to start asking some major questions, because I'm telling you, this is something that's very, very highly disturbing for me. But we have to look at the actions. Why so intense? Why for so long? And why now pulling out all of the stops when I found out some damaging information? And don't we find it very, very odd? The people that came out, these are people that have been attacking this particular creator for 8 years. 8 years. And the first people that come out were this person's enemies. BT, first person to come out to bat against this particular creator, somebody that she has called a tragedy pimp for the last 2 years, and all of a sudden she's got his back. We don't find that odd? Or how about Heels coming out?
I can't even
coming up to bat.
Oh my God. I can't wait to hear that. But see, I can't even relate to that thinking, Mama Bear. Siding with somebody. I still look at them both like fucking idiots. And the reason why I do, and I'm not the only creator that's done this, but the reason why I do is I predicted this. When I first started streaming Betty a long time ago, when I first started streaming JLR and reviewing him a long time ago, I predicted a falling out of this magnitude between the two of them. And there is no difference to me. There's no difference to me between the two of them. They're both absolute utter morons who make fools of themselves all over the internet. And now they're going at each other. And I feel absolutely no different. All I'm looking at right now is what I predicted and what other creators have predicted coming into fruition right now. Absolutely 100%. Yeah, nobody's going to bat for JLR. Like, I'm not siding with JLR here. This is a clown show. It's all it is. Like, it's funny because she talks about how dangerous he is, and yet she just makes these crazy accusations towards him, trying to set him off.
To swing for this particular creator that I ousted out. She's been attacking this man for 8 years. Now all of a sudden she's buddy with him, but there's nothing going on behind the scenes.
How is she buddy with him? Is there any evidence that Queen Bee and JLR are in cahoots?
Maybe it's just my sick brain. But that's what I truly think is going on here.
What do you?
So you guys can support that or you don't, but that's truly what I think is going on here.
Betty. Like, here's the thing: is one could look at this like, okay, I'm concerned about her mental health, but this isn't craziness. This isn't like mental health paranoia. This is paranoia based on stupidity, not a mental health issue. At least I don't think so. And I'm not a mental health expert. I don't fucking know. But this is just based on my own personal experience of, knowing people my whole fucking life. Like, this is not a mental health thing, man, as far as I'm concerned. I just don't see it that way. It could be, I don't know. But this is a stupidity thing. That's how I'm seeing this. This is just a sheer stupidity thing. This is just another example of her being fucking wrong. Like, just plain wrong. Like, she has like a 0.01 batting average on being right on YouTube. Like, she's always wrong. It's fucking hilarious.
And I truly believe, and if you look at everything and why they kept pushing me, and they always kept saying she's going to lose her mind, she's going to lose her mind, she's going to lose her mind. We've got that over and over again in all these videos. It makes you wonder, what were they really trying to do to me? What were they really trying to do? All right. Well, let's move on from there. Clip it, do whatever you need to do with it.
This is just you being stupid and it's just you being stupid and wrong. It's not even. Wow.
Care. I think there's some disturbing stuff going on here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And this is why this type of campaign is so wrong, and why. And I'm going to say this again, and exactly why it is illegal in every single one of the United States of America. this is illegal conduct because of the result that it can elicit. And I think that that's what they were trying to do. Do I know that for a fact? No, I do not. That is absolutely 100% my opinion.
Of course it is, because it's based on
but
nothing.
There's something going on that I think we need to look at. And I think people need to start asking questions. So we have.
This is what's really ironic about this. It's really interesting. Like, because all she ever has to do, it's very, very easy. Because the solution, the conclusion is all she would have to do is just like self-reflect. A little self-awareness, which would trigger her to go, maybe I'm the fucking problem. Maybe all of these, maybe I am incapable of functional relationships with people. And maybe all of these people see me as a problem, see being associated with me on a positive level so publicly is a bad look for them because I am constantly making a fool of myself. And at some point, I'm going to make some. I understand that I've made a fool of myself many times. I have that self-awareness. I know that there are certain people that are going to be like, behind the scenes we're cool, but, because I have done stupid shit on YouTube, stupid drunken shit on YouTube. I am perfectly aware of this. But there are two ways I could go about that. I could either go the route of blaming everybody and going, oh, you're all against me. You pretended to be my friend and blah, 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 blah. Or I could go, you know what? Shit. I've made a fucking ass of myself many times. Maybe it's time to start taking my YouTube presence in a different direction. Maybe it's time to start doing things a little bit more responsibly. Maybe it's time to start behaving a little bit more responsibly and doing certain things a little bit better. I mean, it's not that hard. You just you eat the dick and you start making changes. You eat the dick that is that dose of reality, which is fuck. I've made myself look really stupid on this platform quite a few times. You know what I mean? You just eat the dick, dude. And then you start taking steps moving forward. You work a little bit harder. You start taking your content a little bit more seriously. You start taking your image on YouTube a little bit more seriously. And you accept the fact that some people are going to form an opinion about you based on your own actions. That's it. It's not that hard. I mean, I guess maybe it's a little difficult. I mean, ego is a thing, Ego makes it difficult to be able to come to that conclusion. But the results that are awaiting her, if she were able to do this, are amazing. They're amazing. But yet her ego will never allow her to do this.
So we have another girl. Her name's Shauna Lee. She's in Kingsport, Tennessee. She has been missing now for a few days. Why is this thing not? Okay, let's try this. I can't with this computer today. Like I don't know what's going on here. But I'm trying to get Shauna Lee, and apparently nothing is working on my end. I can't even make this thing smaller. It's not even refreshing. It's not even refreshing. Okay, let me just pull it off. Guys, I think my internet, it's not even, there we go. Let me see if I can pull this up now that my stuff is working. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. I don't know what was going on. It was just, like my whole screen that I have up just froze. So I think there's something going on behind the scenes. It's really dragging my system right now. So you guys are going to have to just give me a second so I can add the screen up while it's going. 2 seconds. There we go. I'll get it off as soon as I can. It's definitely something I'm trying to show on my screen that's causing the drag. I can tell you that. Okay, so this is the young woman. Her name's Shauna Lee. She's a little older than Pauline or Layla, but you can tell that she has a lifestyle. In the blurry photo that I'm looking at, I can tell there's a lifestyle here. I look at people, I judge people. Okay,
what?
Me, I don't care, right? So just do it on your own channel, not on mine. My family over here don't want to hear your crap about me. Okay, I can promise you that. But you guys can keep it on your channel. Kingsport, Tennessee, another one missing. Okay, another woman missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. Now this is 3 women in the matter of less than 6 months. 3 women in the matter of less than 6 months in the Kingsport area have 3. Okay, right? Style in the one, then Holland or Layla. But
what about that picture right there indicates a certain lifestyle? What the fuck is she talking about? I don't understand what lifestyle she's referring to. The lifestyle of taking a selfie and showing shoulder. I'm trying to understand this so-called lifestyle that she engages in.
But you can tell that, she has a lifestyle in the blurry photo that I'm looking at. I can tell there's a lifestyle here. I look at people, I judge people, okay? Judge me, I don't care, right? So just do it on your own channel, not on mine. My family over here don't want to hear your crap about me, okay? I can promise you that, but you guys can keep it on your channel. Kingsport, Tennessee, another one missing, okay? Another woman missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. Now, this is 3 women in the matter of less than 6 months. 3 women in the matter of less than 6 months in the Kingsport area have officially disappeared. This is a small community, a very small community, and having this many women, this community is rocked with drugs, okay? A lot of this stuff is going to be drug related. The girls that we're covering are most likely going to be addicted to some type of substance. It doesn't mean that their life doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be fighting to find out the answers to them. It just means that we have an entirely sick community. The young folks in that community are very ill. And I have to be honest with you, Kingsport.
Not necessarily. Some of them maybe, or even a lot of them, but it doesn't mean that it's the majority of them, you dummy.
Kingsport needs a lot of resources. They need a lot of resources. They need public-private partnerships out there for drug addiction services. We need to get stuff together. We need to have this stuff go out. And I need my national partners to start talking about this. This Kingsport.
You don't have any national partners.
It seems like somebody's targeting women that are on, on substances. If you're asking me, this is what I'm feeling. I mean, these girls are very thin, very petite. It sounds like these are all about like this one here.
So the only national partner that she ever had that even came close to that title of a national partner would have been JLR. That's it. Maybe Olivia. But it's just a matter of time before Olivia does the same thing that JLR's done and just started blowing her off. It's just a matter of time. Considering how she treats her, it's just a matter of time.
Is 5, so she's a little bit taller. She's 5 feet 8 inches. She's 140 pounds. The other ones were respectively 410 and 90 and 115 pounds. But she looked good for her age. And she, for 5'8", 140 pounds, she was very slender. Okay, she was very slender. I'm 5'1".
Oh my God, dude!
And I'm 140 pounds. So I'm fairly, I'm not the thinnest person in the world. I'm, I'm healthy. And I'm 140 pounds. So I'm fairly, I'm not the thinnest person in the world. I'm, I'm healthy, but her at 5'8" would have been very slender because she's 7 inches taller, 6 inches taller, and that would be stretched out over 6 inches. So it's much thinner. I don't want to make that leap, but I gotta say, it feels like there's something going on in the Kingsport, Tennessee area.
Listen,
and I think we need.
Betty, self-awareness, bro. Okay. You're not slender. All right. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to call you obese. Okay. I'm not going to be that much of a dick, but you're not slender. You're not slender. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that.
I think we need to start looking at other options and avenues as well. Do I believe that these cases are connected? It doesn't feel like Holland or Layla's case is connected to me. I was out there. I've looked at both of the cases. I've looked at both of the areas that they, kind of disappeared from. They're, different areas. They're different situations and circumstances. And it's really hard for me to make the leap that Layla and Holland's case is connected. And of course, with this only being all we have for this other girl, this Shauna Lee, it's hard to make the leap whether she's connected to either of the Holland or Layla. What I can tell you is when I was out there, it seemed very obvious that the young addicts didn't associate with the older addicts and vice versa. The older addicts associated with each other, maybe from, just trust and the younger kids, they've got to learn,
Bro, because older people aren't just fucking hanging out with younger people just because they like to get high, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What makes you think that people are just going around being like, hey, like there's some 40-year-old going to a high school and being like, you like to get high? I like to get high too. Let's get high. That doesn't happen. People fucking, regardless of what they engage in, they stick to their own, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You know, they've got to learn, like the older addicts had to learn. You know, younger people, they're a little more, they're willing to rob you, they're willing to do all these things. You know, older addicts, not so much. They just want to, you know, be left alone and get their stuff and get, you know, they're not really into all the drama. Does that mean it's like that across the board? Absolutely not. There are just some really bad apples out there, no matter what age, and it's simply because of the drugs that they are on. But most likely, you have, believe it or not, it kind of sounds a little odd, but you got the good clicks and the bad clicks, right? And the people that don't want to deal with the drama and just want to help each other because you guys are all in the same boat, you kind of get in your own clique because you have this trust in this value system amongst the thieves, right? It's kind of crazy, but it really is true. And then you got the hotheads, like, you know, you got your really hothead people that just do despicable things to get their substances and stuff like that. And so you find that there is, believe it or not, cliques, even cliquey out there on the streets, because, you know, people that don't want to engage in the hostility and the horribleness of that, they stay away from those people. Sometimes they have to engage in them because they are addicted people, and they say, you know, that might be the only person that you can get their substances from. So there is that. There's that. What else do we have? Oh, and I wanted to show you guys this.
What else do we have?
You know,
let's see what else
obviously we were out there with this family, Layla, as well as Holland's family, out there in Kingsport, and they were really trying to, you know, just bring awareness to both of the women
already
missing in the community.
Look at, you see the comment highlighted there? Of course she highlighted that comment. What I tell you, yo, sweet dear baby Jesus does answer prayers. Wow.
I know it's kind of like a little bit of a Debbie Downer out there for the people that were coming to see the Christmas display, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, because we needed to get the message out. And I think that's what they had to do. They had a way. This is the biggest event that they had. It was pouring down rain, folks. Like, it was literally pouring down rain at the parade. And these women, for the love of everything holy, get all these advertisements off my fucking screen. Jesus Christ. Excuse my language, guys.
Ad blocker.
I'm trying to go through it. Excuse my language. It's frustrating. Like, I know these publications need freaking advertisement and ad revenue, but to jam up their whole entire, like, who would read this shit? Like, who is going to read this when you can't even, like, it's jamming up everything because you got 18 million advertisements. You guys complain about me for throwing 3 videos of advertisements in my live, and meanwhile, we're jammed up here, can't even run a story because they got freaking 15. This is our new case, guys. This is a sad one. I think we're going to have a little commercial, because I can tell you that this channel.
Prime time on TVD just got upgraded, and nothing's off limits.
It's so funny. Everybody likes up in arms about me saying a cuss word. And it's like every single channel I come on here, like, I think I'm the only channel that doesn't cuss. Like,
we're talking breaking news into the Watchbox Content Center in Aiken County. Authorities.
She doesn't cuss, y'all.
This is the original.
Take a good look at your screen.
She doesn't cuss, y'all.
Right now, 34-year-old Daniel Harmon and 30-year-old Jamila Smith. That's the couple that investigators are looking for. They say family last heard from them on Saturday. They say both.
So this, I wanted to bring you guys back to the beginning. This is one of the first airings of them looking. She was kidnapped. She was with him. They couldn't find him. They're running this story for everybody to be looking for them. Okay, so this is the original story.
Harmon Smith have a history of domestic violence, and Harmon has had mental health issues. Officials believe they are driving in a black Dodge Charger. If you see Daniel Harmon or Jamila Smith, or you know where they are, authorities want to find them. Call 8.
So as you know, and maybe you don't know, we're going to be going through this. He was found. Okay, he was found. She was not. They currently have him in jail right now on unrelated charges to her disappearance. Right now, he's being held in jail for domestic battery because a witness came forward that saw him put his hands around her neck at a different type of altercation. I don't think it was associated with this one. It may have been associated with the kidnapping, but so far I have not seen any reports that he has been charged anything directly related to her disappearance or her death. You know, when we hear these cases, I think our first assumption in all of these cases is that, you know, she was obviously abducted by him in a car, a Dodge Charger. They found the Dodge Charger. They found him. They've arrested him, and they put him in jail for domestic violence related charges. He has no bond. But he won't tell law enforcement where she's at. I went ahead and pulled the map up. Now, this is some odd stuff because I'm reading reports that when she was last seen, Sorrell's described as a 58-year-old white woman, brown hair, reported missing. He was taken. That was the veteran hotline. Leave me.
Gator spent most of the morning off Old Jackson Highway, where they believe
and executing that list, you know, going through offender. I'm sorry, 10 years. I don't mind double digits for violent offenders. You guys know my stance. I do not like double digits for non-violent offenders, especially if it's their first crime. I think everybody has a right to have a slap on the wrist for the crime if it's their first crime and it's non-violent. I don't believe in double digit sentences for your first.
What about your violent offenses?
It's something about me, and it has to do with the fact that you just ruined that person's life and they have no choice but to be a criminal from that point forward. That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't like it. It's why I don't like it. Nonviolent offenders, we need to be
Wow.
educating, and we need to be showing them a different way of life, so they're no longer they don't become a violent offender. There's just a host of this. I'm not going to go down my diatribe of this, but at the end of the day, this is a violent offender. He should have been in jail. He should have been in jail. He would have been out because he would have been getting out in 2022 or 2023. Because remember, this happened in 2012, and if this happened in 2012, it takes 1 to 2 years to come to trial. So he would have probably still been in jail if he got a 10-year sentence for that shooting. In say 2013 or 2014, he would still be in jail on that sentence right now. This case still would have never happened if the prosecutors would have prosecuted the case like they were supposed to, and they did not. And he's out, and he was able to kill. And even before that, now we have the shooting in 2012, right? So he got a free pass. He should have learned his lesson. He got a free pass. He got 12 months probation for shooting someone, right? So he's already got his free pass. Did that stop him? Did he learn his lesson? Do you think that a guy that shoots somebody and gets 12 months probation learned their lesson? You think that was a deterrent? Well, in 2016, Harmon pleads guilty for simple battery, a misdemeanor. Granted, it's just a misdemeanor, but he shouldn't even been out of jail to commit.
Okay, shut up. just shut up. Because did you learn your lesson? Because you didn't do any time for the violent offenses that you were charged with. You were charged with domestic violence. I mean, did you learn your lesson? Because you didn't do any time. So what are you talking about? Wow. Yeah, I think that's it for me tonight, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm definitely on longer than I normally would. I was going to go to the gym tonight, but I really just want to like cuddle with my dog in bed and watch a movie now. That's totally where I'm at this point. I want to go relax. But it was really fun hanging out with you guys. As always, thank you guys for hanging out with me, joining me. You guys are amazing. I love you guys very much. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Those of you who are new to the channel, you guys are amazing. I love you very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.